What's good, what's good, what's good, family? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Listen, we got another amazing episode. But first and foremost, man, we just want to tell y'all thank y'all for being here, man. Also, I want to say from myself and my team, without y'all, there is no Wall Street Trapper. There is no Wall Street Looks Like Us now. There is no certified trapping. It damn sure is no Trappin' Tuesday. You all make this possible each and every week. You all give us the motivation, the inspiration, and just the energy to be willing to serve y'all each and every week. So for myself and my team, I just want to say thank you, and we're going to give y'all another round of applause. So I want to start off really by magnifying this moment because I don't think many of us take the opportunity to understand how important this is. Some conscious, some unconscious, that each and every Tuesday that you come here, you are actually positioning yourselves in this financial revolution. And so each and every Tuesday when we come here, it may seem like simply a regular Tuesday to everyone else, but for us, for the trappers, we are decoding the message, the blueprint, the game plan that was designed to consistently destroy us. We're breathing life each and every Tuesday into the financial lungs of our family. We are breathing life into our own economic respiratory system. So I don't take that lightly. I stand here tonight. As a matter of fact, I stand here each and every Tuesday understanding that we have unlimited power. We have unlimited potential. And we haven't even scratched the surface on the possibilities that await us. And sometimes on a journey, it can be truly frustrating because combat isn't just bloody. It is also a patient man's game. Understanding who the enemy is, understanding how the enemy is attacking you, understanding how your brothers and sisters in arms have fell on the battlefield. But yet, in order to get the victory, we must endure and we must press on. There will be bloodshed. There will be losses, and there will be pain. But still, we must press on. They often say that this game of investing, it isn't for the weak. They often say this game of investing isn't for the working man. They often say this game of investing isn't for the uneducated. All of those hurdles, all of that propaganda is put in place to keep us out of the game. But I'm here to let you know I'm willing to get in a foxhole with every last one of you each and every Tuesday. But not only on Tuesday. Tuesdays is where we gather. Wednesdays is where we line up. Thursdays is where we march forward. Fridays is where we stand ground. Saturday is where we look at the map again. Sunday is when we let off. Monday, when the bell rings, we back at it. And Tuesday, we reunite again. We reunite again. We look at what worked the week prior. We look at what they're doing to discourage us. We look at what's going on. We look at who's unmotivated. We look at who's falling weak. And we let them know that there's a generation behind them that's waiting on them. We let them know that yes, we are working hard. Yes, you are working 2 jobs. Yes, entrepreneurship is whooping you. Yes, everything that could go wrong would go wrong. Yes, I understand. But in Luke 5:4, Jesus told Peter, go into the deep end, cast out your net for a catch. Now you gotta think for a second. You gotta just think for 1 second. Peter is a generational fisherman. He had fished that water all day and night. And yet he caught nothing. As a matter of fact, he got discouraged. As a matter of fact, all his hands were beat up. As a matter of fact, he was ready to call it quits. He was ready to call it quits. He was ready to call it quits in water that he was familiar with. He was ready to call it quits in an arena that had fed him and had been his livelihood. Is what he know how to do. He might not be a plumber. He might not have been a carpenter. He might not even been a teacher, but he damn sure was a fisherman. He know what it's like to get wet. He know what it's like to struggle over the boat with the net. He know what it's like to bait the fish in. He know the proper bait. What happens when you know everything and the moment still discourages you? But he had some guidance. He got a word that said, no. Go deeper. Huh? Go deeper. Now you got to think for a second. I've been fishing my whole life. You don't even look like a fisherman. I know this water. This is the perfect spot to catch the fish. But Luke 5:4 says he was told to go deeper. I'm telling somebody in the chat tonight, you got to get out that shallow water. You got to go deeper. And the thing about going deeper is, like, Peter could have, like, everything in him could have questioned it to the T and said, man, you don't even know what you're talking about. Here's the part that's really, really cool. When you've tried everything you've known how to do and that ain't working, you gotta have something in you that says, there's more to it than what I know. You gotta have something in you that says, I'll try that. The problem that a lot of us have is, once we've maxed out everything we know, we shut down. Once we have did everything that we are fully capable of doing, we shut down. Nah, don't tell me to go deeper. I'm a fisherman. Nah. Don't tell me to go deeper. My daddy was a fisherman. My grandpa was a fisherman. My uncle is a fisherman. My brother is a fisherman. We've been fishing for 100 years. You can't tell me nothing about this right here. I done read every book. I done heard all the stories. I done listened to all the ups and downs. I done looked at the charts all day. I done studied the fundamentals all day. I watched Warren Buffett. I watched Peter Lynch. I know what I'm doing. Go deeper. Go deeper. Because the key word of that is everything that you know. See, Peter had maximized everything that he knew. So he had to get a higher knowledge, which required a higher faith, which required him to believe a little bit more. And I said this today, I said that faith is only the first step to freedom. Faith is only the first step to freedom, because faith only says that you think that it's possible. But what happens when life puts you in different situations where you start thinking the possible is now impossible? That means you have actually lost faith. Have you ever lost faith in a vision? Have you ever been so motivated, so passionate about a thing, you tell everybody about it? Yo, this gonna change my life. The market gonna change my life. Fishing gonna change my life. This business gonna change my life. Hey, this drawing gonna change my life. Yo, once I get into this game, it's gonna change my life, because that's the faith talking. But what happens when reality punches faith in the face? What happens when reality gives you the gut punch? Are you still willing to listen to that voice that says, go deeper? Go deeper. And as a matter of fact, once you go deeper, that's when you cast out the net. That's when you cast out the net. So you cast out the net right here. You was actually looking for an easy one. You cast the nets out right here because you thought it was safe. So in actuality, watch me here, you set a low goal so you can hit a low goal so you can feel good about yourself. You ain't really want the prize. You ain't really want the goal. You ain't really want the victory to test you. You ain't really wanted to test you. Because a lot of y'all and a lot of us, we get crippled by chaos. Panic causes us to be paralyzed. I get it. And in your mind, you saying, yo, I didn't think it was gonna be this hard. I didn't know it was gonna cost me this, Trap. You told me I was gonna make the options play, and then I was gonna make some money, and I was gonna get the buy and hold, and then I was gonna make some money. You ain't never said the market was gonna fall, Trap. You ain't never say the housing market was gonna do that, Trap. You ain't never tell me I was gonna have to make a decision on how much of my paycheck I was gonna have to decide. Am I gonna pay the bills, get some food, and have to put some money in an investment account all in one? Trap, I'm financially exhausted. I thought I was gonna just put this hot 600 in, it was gonna turn to 600,000, Trap. You ain't tell me I was gonna have to navigate this water. And I'm saying, go deeper. And when you go deeper, then cast out your net. Now here's the dope part. Here's the dope part. In Peter's defense, if he wanted to, he had every right to question the man that he don't know. In Peter's defense. Let me just make it more clear to you. Somebody walks up to you and says, hey, let me see your car. I've never seen you a day in my life. Peter never saw that man a day in his life. But there was a feeling that going deeper was worth it. His spirit moved. His thinking process cleared up. The idea of catching more fish when he had exhausted everything in his power humanly possible. He was rejuvenated. He was invigorated. And so faith can also lead to movement. What do we do when faith leads to movement? What do we do? And so Peter casts out his net. And the way he cast out his net was, watch this. He cast out his net, but he was still reluctant. Then he go down and he pulled the net up and he realized, hey, this is what abundance look like. This is more than I can bear. As a matter of fact, he missed the whole part where he said, hey, and bring your partners with you too. So in the middle of the catch, now you gotta call his partners. Hey, we've been out here all night. I had to go deeper because y'all was going in, but come back. Okay, let me make that make sense to you. Nobody around you believes it. Everybody around you, they've exhausted the possibilities. But when you go deeper and you cast out your net, you can bring everybody to victory with you. You don't got to be the only one. As a matter of fact, when you bring them with you, watch this, Jose. Peter created new believers. Peter became the fisher of men immediately. That's you. That's your role. You got to experience this. So you can't get too down on yourself when the market ain't right. You got to tell yourself, I just got to go deeper. I can't let the panic kick in. I can't let the discouragement kick in. I can't let the noises kick in. Because once Peter said, hey, you think we should go in? Everybody around him, they wasn't built the way he was built. But when they said we should go in, he actually thought about, maybe I should go in. So you got people around you that's saying, hey, you still in that market? Hey, what them stocks doing for you? You in them options? What they doing for you? You just say, hey, I'm going deeper. But you got the opportunity to rock with me right now. Because we just going out there to cast out a net. And we bringing back freedom. We bringing back abundance. We bringing back opportunity. We bringing back ownership. Bring it back investing. And then you become immune. As a matter of fact, you start looking to go deeper. You start taking people with you to go deeper. So that's what I do every week. Every week, I'm taking y'all with me because we gonna go deeper. It ain't a body of water we can't swim in. Because we got each other. We synchronized every Tuesday, 7 o'clock. We here. We synchronized. We apex trappers. We apex investors. Can't nobody deviate us from this game. And the minute one of us fall off, like a soldier, yo, I'm coming back to get you. Because we gonna go deeper. No trapper left behind. The game is for us. This game just not gonna change our life. We represent the body of investors that will change lower and middle class America. Because that's where we all come from. We represent that. And I want you to take hold of that. I want you to embody that. I want you to walk around and wear that proudly. This ain't just about you. It's about us. It's about we. It's about no matter who they got in that office. We position ourselves for prosperity, y'all. And so for that, each and every Tuesday you come here, I just want to tell you thank you. Because I love getting in the foxhole with y'all, man. And no matter what it is, no matter who the president is, no matter what's the moment, we got us. It's because Wall Street looks like us. Episode 137, Jose. Let's go, baby.
Woo!
My niggas need healing.
I see what we do.
They need healing. Hey, that's my win for the week. I went to my dog concert.
Man, that joint was fire.
Man, you ain't even come.
I saw the clips, and you know what I mean?
That don't mean nothing.
I can't see the clips.
That don't mean nothing.
How you feeling, though?
I feel good, dog. You know what B told me today? B came in and said, hey, man, you look happy. I said, I'm always happy. I feel good, though.
You know how I do. I be like, bro, every time you come through now with the new joints, bro.
What new joint?
Just up here, when you stand up, Black Hat Trap.
Man, go ahead with that, man.
Every week, it's a new joint, man.
Let's call out our people right quick.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. We got Carolina Blue in the game, Keyshawn in the game, Terrell in the game, Angelica, I say Angelica Stewart.
Wait,
Nettie.
Do you know Angelica?
I do.
Okay, that's why. Okay, cool.
Rodney Cook, what's up, man? Talisha was good. Jeff was good. Larry Morgan was good, man. KJ was good. Carlos was good. Rams was good. DC was good. Cheesy Bread was good. Let's go. Davian was good. Oh, they going too fast. I can't see them more. Eric the OG was good. Tyree was good. Damn. Jermaine was good. Oh, that's a Patreon. I see you. DC7 was good. Paul Bricks was that in family. Mr. The Investor was good. I can't see. D Miles was good. Rams was good. Tracy was good. TRF was good. First Generation Millionaire was good. I be snatching, Jose. Dancing Diamonds was good. C-Dot was good. SB Glow was good. Tamara was good. Terry was good. Trey Patterson, Tanya, come on, Jose. I'm going crazy. Got a CEO. What's poppin', family? Come on.
You doing it.
Hector was good. Hosea was good. KK What's good? I'll stop. My hair.
You fishing.
I'm snatching. I'm going deep.
Going deep. Deep in the chat.
I'm deep in the chat.
Let's go.
I'm deep in the chat. All right, man, we got a great show ahead of us, man. Check that graphic out. Put that graphic on the big screen for me. Can you put that graphic on the big screen for me?
Which one? That one? With
yeah.
The tragedy?
Put that on the big screen for me. Put that on the big screen for me. Put that on the big screen for me. Let me see that.
Actually, like, speaking of that, because I had two things. Speaking of that, me and you was on travel.
We was on travel.
Just since the market been doing what it's doing, my dog, lost a couple mil or so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the way you've been handling it is admirable. Like, to the point you like, it hurt. I feel it.
Yeah.
Yet at the same time, still standing on it like, this is what the market's supposed to do.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So just watching it face to face, that's admirable. Like I said, I just want to give you flowers on that one. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, applaud for yourself.
Oh, come on, man. What is that?
Man, applaud for yourself.
Let me tell you something, bro. Fish ain't never you ain't never clap for no fish for learning how to swim, dog.
Hey, there it is.
You ain't never clap for no fish that know how to swim.
When it's faster, though, them tuna.
You can't never clap for no fish that know how to swim, bro. That's what I do, you hear me?
Hey,
come on, man.
Like, still give it flowers.
I appreciate it, though.
I'm feeling good. Birthday Friday.
Happy birthday.
Here's the crazy part. I'm an old young man, bro. 44. I turned 44 on 4/4. That's crazy. So
44 on 4/4.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, angel numbers. I don't subscribe to that all the way. You know what I'm saying? But,
each his own.
You know what I'm saying? So we feeling good. Got my sauna suit on.
Thing game changer. George still ain't got his.
George.
We talked about that a week ago. We in a group chat. What I said? I told you, he ain't motivated. Yeah, I
don't know.
He going around here look, he eating right now. Look, he eating right now.
He is eating right.
Every time I see him, he munching. Every time I see him, he munching.
I think it's where he live at, bro.
He munching every time. He come here munching.
Yeah.
Munch all day.
He just tried to do some push-ups right before the show.
Can't do it.
He
got a hot 20 in him.
You got
30? I wasn't bad. After that, he done.
Okay.
Right.
I said, look, I ain't getting down on the floor. This floor right now, because we're under construction, my hand's too soft. It's too dirty on the floor right here.
Flush Jose. Flush Jose.
We early with it.
Flush Jose.
We early with it.
Flush. What, bro?
Hey, did I say it? I was
why?
Like, hey.
I just need to know why you feel comfortable saying that.
Because I stand on what I stand on. I don't...
You know, somebody DM'd me last week, they said, hey, Trap, man, nigga Jose lying. That nigga ain't changed a flat a day in his life. I said, you know what, I probably agree with you.
Actually, I did. I changed in brakes. I had an Eddie Bauer Ford Explorer. Go ahead, man. Hey, yo. You lucky we had...
Am I lucky?
We had flip phones back then because I had the receipts. I called my pops. He showed me how to put the little caliper clamp on that joint to make sure it go in. Slide. Okay, L. that is as long as it's been. L laughing too much in the back. But y'all know I stand on mine, so it's all good. Here's the crazy part. People think that you can just clown on me and it just, like, it hurt. Nah, I stand on mine. That ain't...
I don't even think it's about people thinking it hurt, bro. Like, I mean, at this point, it's just...
This is why I just tell people, yo, you got to own who you are. Just own it. Own it. Happy Trapper Tuesday, April 1st.
Listen, stay around me. Stay around me. Yeah. I'm just
Mike Lowry said I got PG looking
We're gonna do this as a from this point on, we raising you as a joint venue.
It take a village. It take a village.
At this point, we're doing this as a joint venue. You hear me? Yeah. Damn.
Shout out to the chat. They fun.
My dog said Eddie Bauer.
Eddie Bauer Ford Explorer.
40 years ago.
That joint was brown. Tan.
I don't believe you did that.
I ain't had no AC, but it was still. Yo, you ever drove around in the summer with no AC? And you got to put your arm out the window to try to catch a breeze?
That was the norm, bro. That was hard times for you?
That was hard times for me. That definitely was hard times. My first car was a Ford Tempo, and I had...
Nigga.
Hey, look.
That was the norm. Hey, put the window down, son. It don't go down. You got your hand on that thing, look.
I ain't like it because you will wash before you go see a young lady, and then you pull up smelling like pollen.
Smelling like what?
Pollen, outside.
You knew what
trees.
pollen was? I didn't.
Hey, I'm just saying, you just smell like full court basketball out there, you drink. Anywho. Happy April Fool's.
My dog version of poverty was getting in the car with no AC, fam.
Oh, I ain't had no radio either. I had
and
to put
sticking his arm out.
I had a little boom box in that joint too. But I changed the brakes on that joint. Anywho.
Every show I learned something new about you, fam. I promise.
These are things we don't talk about in private.
I wonder why, though.
This is the people, you know, because you would clown me even harder.
What?
You would clown me even harder. If it's just me and you talking about this,
it'll never stop.
What is we doing?
It'll never stop. I would be on it the whole flight. You do right. You do right. I'm going to hold that one in, though. My dog thought he had a fire example, too. Like, hey, you ever been in the car? It don't got no windows, so you got to stick your arm out? Yeah, like 10 years in a row. My nigga, what you talking about? In multiple cars. I'm talking about your grandma car like that, your auntie car like that, your uncle car like that. Which car you want to get in? None of them all got the AC.
Dang.
The one with the AC is the church car. What are you doing here?
What's the church car?
The one with the AC.
That's the one y'all drive to church on Sunday?
That's the only one gonna get in there. You don't want to mess your suit up. You hope that one don't go out, because then you got the fan in there. Come on. Where them fans at? Where them fans? Damn. Anyway, let's get to it, man. Man, I can't do this with Jose, man. Let's get to our mantra, man. We got a lot to talk about this week. Excited. I'm excited because we did 4 new plays on the Patreon so far, and all 4 of them are doing. There go my girl Ash. That's my man, and I'm a stand.
See, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And she hit the super chat.
So hold on, let me say something today. Let me tell you, Jose, hey, he is something special. And Ash, moving forward, I am gonna put you in my prayers. I'm gonna put her in my prayers. She's a Southern girl, so she got some thick skin. You know what I'm saying? Ash from the bottom of the A. Watch this. So we in the thing. I'm telling Jose about the vision for the 2 podcast room, right? So Jose like, and I'm gonna tell you something. I hope that this is nothing against my dog because he know who he is. But hope I'm never this man. Man, let me call my girl and ask. Let me call my girl and find out. Yeah, that's what he do. That's what he did me. So look.
It was
about this type of situation. We talking construction. Why are you calling your girl about construction? That don't make no sense to me right
She used
now.
to connect. It wasn't nothing.
So look, I'm like, Jose, this is what we're gonna do with the podcast, remember? We're gonna do woo-de-woo-de-woo. We're gonna do blase, blase, blase. He like, yeah, I know your boy. I said, Jose, I don't really think he did that. I think somebody else, I think they collaborated. He said, no. Let me call my girl right quick. Bro, what are we talking about here? So he called Ash. Ash goes straight in, figure it out mode. She like, yup, y'all should do this. I don't really think he did that. He probably collaborated, but y'all should do this. I say, Ash, hold up. I already was gonna do that. I don't know why this man called you.
I just needed a confirmation.
I don't know why. That was all. Ash a thinker. She gonna go straight to it. But Jose, why the conversation even went there? I was just telling you. He was like, hey, let me call my girl right quick. And first he got to flick through the 7 different pictures of her on the phone. Yeah? 17 different pictures. By the time he put the confirmation code in, I done saw 7 pictures. I'm like, dang, Ash. Yeah. My dog in love, dog. I love it, man. Shout out to my girl, Ash. That's my girl, man. So I love Ash, man. Ash, when I first met Ash, the first thing she told me a couple years ago, she said, you special, my nigga. Don't let nobody take your life from you. You special. So that's love, man. When he first hooked up with her, I said, hey, that's the one. She gonna get you right. She ain't none of them.
That's the truth right there.
She ain't none of them. When he said, I said, hey, she ain't none of them, cuz. She that. She want, come right. Anyway, let's go.
Not the stiff arm
I
drink.
feel good, man. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me for that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will a generation behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. And Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, man. We got a great show ahead of us tonight, man. Shout out to all our family members. Shout out to all the trappers in the building. Yeah, man, Jose, I'm kind of excited about that, man. Like, I think we done, you know, I had a phone call with the Patreon group Saturday. Not a phone call, but a Zoom call. We stood in there 4 hours. 4 hours.
Sean told me. He said,
it was a really good call. Really good call. Shout out to one of our members, T-Mac. He came through and blazed up, showed us some stuff on his chart that he see that was real dope. We got in there for 3 hours. They got to meet one of the OGs who turned the 300 to the 1.3.
Oh, he told him on the joint?
Well, what he did was he came in and he was like, yeah, you know, he came talk to him real good. He was like, yeah, you know, I'm down like 400,000. I say, wait, hold up, OG. Hold up, OG. Now, I don't want to put your business out there.
Yeah, let's set the scene.
But we got to set the scene.
Yeah.
You went from 3 to 1.3. He was like, yeah. I said, let's set the stage first.
Yeah.
Let's set the stage first, OG. So he was one of the 5 people that we you know, I'm glad we was part of that. I mean, but he told him some game stuff. He was like, hey, man, like, he said, I done been here before. We done been in this type of situation before. And, yo, we good. I ain't tripping. So I'm glad about that. And I told him this week about, you know, how we pivoting. You know how, and I showed him, I really did something that I don't normally do. Like, I pulled the screen up and showed him, like, yo, this what happened in Q1. Sometimes we have to take the data in, right? Before we just get impulsive and before we just, because it's a natural thing for us to want to run away from pain. You know what I'm saying? Especially money that we really worked hard for, that we really, you know what I'm saying? It's a natural, you know, but for me, I didn't really move too much. Like, I made some plays. Most of the plays was already in. You know what I'm saying? I made some plays, you know, watched that move a little bit, and then once I kind of got a feel for, oh, this is what the market doing, we kind of pivoted. So I'm excited about that, man. We put a couple plays in. Maybe, I think since then we put like 4 plays in on the pivot. All of them are doing, you know, they show some promise. They show some promise in what we're doing, and I'm excited about that. I will say that the market kind of surprised me a little bit. I thought the market would actually been kind of negative. It kind of eked out positives both yesterday and today. Me and Sean, I wish we had that video. We got that video? Can we run the video from yesterday? Well, I was like, when me and Sean were like, oh, I got it. Can you send that to Steve right quick? I want them to see something like that. I really be excited every day about the market. Like, I really be excited about this. Like, it's not just somebody said, like my dog Greedy called me, and one of our dogs, Vol from out the Cali. So Vol said to Greedy, bro, trap must just like, he like, bro, like, this shit must just be a sport to him at this point. You know? Yep. Like, at this point, it must just be, like, he don't stop. He like, most people are usually like, quit or fall off. He like, bro, pop out like, y'all lost $1 million, y'all. And he's still moving. He like, bro, I'm still trying to contemplate, you know what I'm saying? But like, I really love the game. Not only do I love it, I enjoy it. I enjoy going through the ups and downs. I take whatever L's I take them with my chest out, and I keep moving. It's because I understand the overall mission. But I love this game. And I said it before to us that we have to treat the game like it'll change our life.
Right.
We can't treat the game that we know can change our life. We can't treat that game like it's a hobby. We can't do that, right? Because then you won't get the full effect. Like when we look at how great Steph is, and I'm gonna be real with you, I knew he was great, but I actually got to witness that Olympic performance. That's what made me say, oh, no. Bro is next level great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to witness that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, he ain't just, no, he's next level great. You know what I'm saying? Huh? So what does that look like is you can tell that he said something when you watched the Olympic thing. He said at a certain point, muscle memory just kicked in. Like he was like at a certain point in the game, like after he made one of the shots, he was like the last shot he made where he went this way, and then he saw the two guys coming. He crossed and just put it up. He's like, because he wanted to beat the double team. He said that was just muscle memory. Boom, cross, muscle memory. But you only get muscle memory from what? Repetition. It's the only way you get muscle memory. You get muscle memory from repetition. You don't get muscle memory from missing a shot and saying, oh, I ain't really a shooter. Shooting threes ain't for me. Right? Bill Ackman, I remember the man lost $400 million in a Netflix play. That was 2 years ago. $400 million. Guess what he did? This is when Netflix, this was 2022. This is when Netflix, Facebook, Amazon, this is when everything was down. He said, man, it's just time to get out. And I remember saying, this is not me saying I'm better than him or comparing myself. You know why? Because he got way more repetitions than me. He got way more experience in the game than me. So he done saw, even though the game ain't done nothing I ain't never seen before, he done saw the different nuances in the game. So I'll never compare myself to a Bill Ackman or one. Not yet. Not yet. I've turned 400 into 1.2. He turned 200 into 2.8 billion. That's a whole different level. I turned 400 into 1.2. He turned 200 into 2.8. It's a whole different level. He went from million to billion. He switched commas. Bruh switched commas. But check this out though. When he lost the 400 million, all he did was said, it's time to get out. But guess what happened? A few weeks later, it started running again. It started running again. It started running again. He ain't go deep enough. But that's part of the game. It's repetition. You're not gonna get them all right. You're not gonna catch them all the time. Sometimes the fish is just elusive. But that does not mean you ain't a fisher. You keep playing the game. And that's what some of our problem is when it comes to this game. We love the wins. But when the market say you got to put us through a little gauntlet, I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of that. And so now watch this. When you in that type of fate, watch, I remember this, Joe. Just never forget me. I'm gonna use this analogy right quick, Jose. I probably can't use George, because Jose probably ain't never got no ass whoopings like that. George, I know Nita whooped you a couple. No, Nita probably ain't whooped you. Who you got your ass whooping from? Nita whooped your ass? Yeah, she every blue moon she gave you one.
First off, I used to get them things crazy.
Oh, you got some?
Miranda Bennett.
With soft hands, you still got it?
Hey, I had a soft, she said make it soft behind too.
I ain't mad at that. That's the saying.
You know what I'm saying?
So watch this. You ever been getting the whooping, and you get the whooping, and then like you think the whooping ain't gonna never end. So now, before they even hit you with it, you start flinching. You feel me? They done hit you, you like, you everywhere. Now they don't even got, they just pick it up and you. Jose don't know that. He never got it to that extent.
Oh, no, I had it to that
You feel
extent.
me?
My brother.
So, here's why I say that. Here's why I say that. Has the market been whipping us? Man, of course. There's not a person who is, for these, from February the 14th, watch what I'm about to say here, from February the 14th to April the 1st, you can't find one. You can't show me. I can guarantee you can go to everybody group, everybody Patreon, everybody whatever. There's not a player that hasn't lost sometimes during these last 6 to 7 weeks. There's not nobody in the game that hasn't lost some bread, especially if they trading in this time. Some have lost more than others. You know why? It's a part of the game. Because when the market doing this right here, guess what you gotta do? You gotta figure it out in real time. Because watch this. This is about to make some people mad right here. Some of the charts even go the other way on you in this kind of market. Some of your fundamental analysis is gonna go the other way on you in this kind of market. You know why? Because every time the belt go up, the market flinch. Every time the belt go up, at this point, the market is almost anticipating to get hit. Yeah, sell off. What you doing? It's a sell off. It ain't even a sell off. Don't care. Think about it later. Deep seek sell off. Why? This is a 6. It don't even sell off. Don't matter. Sell off. Sell off. Sell off. Sell off. Don't even matter. Sell off. Sell off. But all my indicators and all the things is all sell off. I don't care what the fundamentals say. I don't care what your dividends look like. I don't care I don't care what pattern it is. Sell off. It's not saying all the time, but that's just the type of erratic market we in right now. Now, some people have navigated it well. They've limited the losses. You know, some people see the data a little faster than others. So they limited the losses, they pivot here, they do something here. We've had days where your put's probably been doing good that day, and then we get an end of the market rally. You like, bro, where that rally came from? It came out of nowhere. But that's the nature of the game right here. But I can guarantee you this. Any experienced person in this game never once thought about quitting. They never thought about this game ain't for me. In their mind, man, I gotta adjust. Let me adjust. Let me see where I gotta pivot. Let me step back for a second. Let me go through all my chart patterns. Let me go through all of my processes. Let me go through all of the indicators I use. Let me go through all of the formulas. Let me tweak something here right now. So just want you to understand that. Let's get to the show. All right, man. So, man, we had a pretty good, so the last 2 days are kind of, tomorrow, 4 o'clock, we're going to be live on the Wallstreet Trapper page. We're just going to watch Trump got the stage. He got the stage tomorrow. So we're gonna go live, we're gonna look at it, man. We're gonna see what happens. Crazy part about it is, and Jose, I talked about this today, I actually told my group Saturday, I said, hey, I think we might see I didn't say it was gonna be big, I said we might see a slight down day Monday and Tuesday, because I think the market just, it's kind of just is anticipating. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it was, yesterday, the NASDAQ ended positive, and the S&P fell short, and the Dow fell short. Today, they all, I think, ended positive. At the NASDAQ fought all day, though. They was fighting all day. They was going from, the NASDAQ at one point, they was up 1.1%. Then it was down 0.27. It was a 0.25%. I was like, bruh, they just going crazy. It's just emotional. It's just emotional. And so what we have to do as investors is not, watch this, Jose. We can't match the market's emotion. We can't do that. That doesn't serve us. Because if we match the market's emotion, we get caught up in an emotional tidal wave. That's the worst thing that can happen to us. That's the worst thing that can happen to us. So I actually thought the market was going to be, now it didn't close red, but it was emotional. Like I thought it was going to be, but it didn't close red. And I was like, oh, I even said, this is interesting. This is kind of interesting. So today we're going to talk about something called a Trump put and the Fed put, because you've been hearing that a lot lately. And so if you've heard the term the Fed put, if you heard the term Trump put, I want to bring it down to you for a second. So if a person that believes, when you hear the term the Fed put, it believes that the Federal Reserve will intervene to stabilize the market, whether it's lowering interest rates, whether it's buying assets, it becomes a safety net for investors, right? So they feel like if the market is getting too out of hand or too sporadic, they feel like the Fed will step in. Notable times that the Fed do that, the Fed did it for 2008 financial crisis, and the Fed did it again during the pandemic. Also called quantitative easing. If they start putting more money into the market, buying assets. Once the Fed go to buying assets and stuff like that, that's called a Fed put. So you will hear that. Now, I will say it's done in a way, I think he's doing it in a different way now. Because if we notice, the last 2 times we heard him speak, he actually spoke in a way to downplay everything that was going on. Right? He was like, yo, I see the market. They asked him about the market and they said, yo, he was like, man, I think the markets are over-exaggerating what's going on. I don't think that those tariffs are going to affect the market in the long term like people think. I think it's going to affect the short term. I think the markets are overreacting. That actually gave the market confidence. Then he told the market, yeah, we still got plans to do 2 hikes this year, like 2, maybe 3. So I think that gave the market confidence. So without him doing quantitative easing, without him putting money in the market, without him lowering interest rates, also I think it's a way that he's saying, Trump, I ain't gonna save you. You ain't bullying me into doing nothing. So I think it's a back and forth. Also, when you hear the word the Trump put, it's actually the same thing. It's saying that the markets think that Trump is going to do like he did in 2017. I think it was 2017, pump fake, talk about tariffs, but as a negotiating tool, ease back off them a little bit. Because he can't put the money that the Federal Reserve will put in the market. But they saying by him being a president, he has such an effect on the market that he could come in the market, he can put pressure on Jerome Powell. Now, one of the things I will say is, we only, how many days we in? 30 days, 60 days in to his presidency? Maybe like 60-something days maybe he's been in office. Last year, he was at Powell neck out the gate. He was threatening firing the man and everything, you hear me? But he ain't really been at his neck like that. So I'm kind of interested to see that back and forth. Now, he did say something. What I will say is we have seen the market take drastic declines. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen this many 4, 3, and 2 negative days. I ain't seen that before. That was new to me. Even during the pandemic, we didn't have them back. We had like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Like the way this been doing it is crazy. 4%, 3%. I was like, golly, man, golly, hit the button. Throw in the towel. Throw in the damn towel. You gonna kill it. That boy was screaming, throw in the towel. You gonna kill him. Throw in the damn towel. Hey, Rams, don't you dare make a goddamn gift of me doing that either. That dude, Rams, be making, bro, he so cold-blooded. In the Patreon, bro, he make a gift from out of so many different, I be like, bro, I forgot he even did that.
See, he need to send me them joints so I can get them uploaded so I can get them on IG.
I be downloading them.
Rams, hit me up, bro.
Nah.
Because you can put them in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the trappers to be helping out also. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. All right, so that's what the Fed put is. We'll talk about that. That's really cool to talk about. Let's go a little further, man. What we got? Let's talk about heat check, man. See what we looked at. Dow was down today, for sure. Closed down. Let's go. NASDAQ, late rally. Late rally. S&P, late rally. I told the trappers 5,500 is the number. Right? 5,500 is where we find support at. It got down real close to it today, 55, real close to it. Some sellers came in. You always want to pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? Paying attention to that is real good. Let's see. So we got Microsoft. Microsoft is up 1% today, 1.8%. That's a big day for Microsoft. Microsoft actually got to a 4-year low. Total. Yep, Oracle, Microsoft, CrowdStrike, come on, Palantir, Bally, Move, Synopsys. NVIDIA, look who joined the party today, y'all. NVIDIA. Here's what I noticed about NVIDIA, though, dog. I realized that, and I didn't do it again because I told my people something, so I'm standing on business. But that 103, 105 area is that support for them. They did it last time. It bounced from 103, it bounced all the way to 121 before it fell again, and it came back to 103. So that 103 to 105 is actually that support level for NVIDIA. I'm noticing it, and if you go through that, you know, you gotta create a new support. But I think that 103, 105 area is the support for NVIDIA. So for all my people, I'm not saying 90, I'm not saying nothing. I actually don't want it to go back down there, right? We got options at risk right now. But I am a lot. Big option right there, yeah. Sheesh. Throw in the damn towel. Throw in the towel. God damn, bro. That's like that, bro. But that 103, 105 has kind of been the support. Hey, I ain't had me dying on here with it. So, so I kind of always be looking for that when I be looking at my plays and stuff, like, where is that support area at? Not so I can buy, but so I can kind of anticipate, the bounce. You know what I'm saying? Like, and seeing if we can get something there. I'm trying to see if we can set another bounce, like boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? That'd be real good, but that's kind of been an area for it. Also, let's see, Visa was down 1% today. KKR was up today. Berkshire was down today. MU, Intel, ServiceNow, bang. We got a ServiceNow. It came to join the party today. Cadence Designs, Google. I was talking to one of my people today on Wall Street, and they said, "Hey, we about to go." He said, "Hey, man, we like Google." I said, "What?" He said, "Man, we like Google, bro." He said, "Man, out of the Mag 7, we like Google, bro." I said, I ain't mad at that. Meta, doing anything. Tesla, more declining sales, came out today, right? General Motors, killing it in EVs. Ford, killing it in EVs. Ford.
Who GE got?
Huh?
Who GE got under the umbrella for their EVs?
Not GE, General Motors.
Oh, I thought you said GE, my bad.
I said GM.
GM, that's what it was.
GM. I don't know how Tesla rallied 4% today. For me personally, it's just something I'm gonna stay away from. I'm gonna just stay away from it. Who else we got? GEV and CEG had a good day today. Cintas had a good day today. GE, hey, what's GE price right now? I I'm so mad. Let me tell you why. It don't even make no sense no more. Huh? 203? Yeah. What it is? How much? I think it was 197 the other day. And I said, it's right for the picking. I looked at it. I looked at some of the stuff on it. I said, it's right for the picking. You got a 2% pop out that joker today. Anyway, let's go a little further, man. We got our fear and greed, and our heat index. Oh, we had 90, so look at that. Got some calls indicated, 4.2 million calls to 3.8 million calls. Not bad at all. Let's go a little further. 19, what was that last week? We was at 26. Yeah, last week was at 29. 29. Good job, family. So we dropped 10 points. On a week-to-week basis. I got something, Jose. I'll talk about it later. All right, let's go a little further. Certified Trapper of the Week, man. Let's get into it. All right, our Certified Trapper of the Week is Jeremiah G. Hamilton, right? So in case you're new to the show, what's good? All right, so we try to do Certified Trappers of the Week every week moving forward so that you can understand there were some great people that played this game, not from just a stock market perspective, but, black people that really don't get a lot of shine, that don't get a lot of, highlight, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's investing in the market, whatever it is, we want to highlight them because they are the ones that laid the foundation for us. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that laid the foundation for us. And so we like to do that. We like to highlight them and show them love. So here we go. Jeremiah Hamilton was a Wall Street broker noted as the only black millionaire in New York by James McCune Smith about a decade before the American Civil War. So before the Civil War, he was a millionaire. Hamilton was a shrewd financial agent, amassing a fortune of $2 million by the time of his death in 1875. Just think of that as a black man in 1875 worth $2 million. And you were on the market. Shout out to Jeremiah Hamilton. Let's go, man.
Jeremiah Hamilton is Wall Street's first black millionaire. Even before Madam C.J. Walker, Jeremiah Hamilton operated in an era where Wall Street was all white. At the time of his death in 1875, Hamilton was the richest non-white man in America, and his net worth was estimated to be $2 million, which is roughly about $250 million in today's monetary terms. What makes Hamilton such a historic figure is the fact that he was able to amass his wealth from predominantly white businesses during a racially charged period in American history. He may have been very successful, but he was hated by both blacks and whites of that era. At the time, he was known by a derogatory name, Nigger Hamilton, and the Prince of Darkness. Despite the negative moniker, brokers and merchants rushed to do business with him. When he was 21 years old, he had a counterfeit coin operation going from Port-au-Prince to New York City. When he was busted by the Haitian authorities, Hamilton went into hiding, as both white publications and black publications cursed him for undermining the existence of the world's first and only black republic. Even though there were white merchants behind his operation, Hamilton never snitched and gave up his conspirators. In the mid-1830s, Hamilton bought insurance policies on ships that he purposely destroyed, then used that money to purchase 47 lots of land in Astoria, Queens, and Poughkeepsie, New York. He put more than $10 million of today's money in real estate, but at the panic of 1837, he got into serious financial trouble. There was new financial legislation in the bankruptcy law that allowed Hamilton to escape his creditors and come out ahead. By 1860, Hamilton was pooling funds, which in modern day terms, this would be considered a hedge fund. It worked like this. Investors deposited money to invest on their behalf. The pool's money would allow Hamilton to borrow more money so that a larger sum would be able to invest it in the stock market. Hamilton made the decision what stocks to buy and what stocks to sell. Hamilton was risking other people's savings to speculate pretty much on everything, and that's exactly what hedge funds do today. Hamilton was so successful, he amassed a gigantic fortune. He owned a massive portfolio of stocks and real estate and became Wall Street's first black millionaire. To really understand the man, you must hear what Cornelius Vanderbilt thought of him. Cornelius Vanderbilt was one of the most powerful and wealthiest men to ever have lived. Vanderbilt was known as a ruthless businessman and famous for quotes like, "If you have undertaken to cheat me, I won't sue you, I will ruin you." According to Vanderbilt's obituaries, Hamilton was the only man that ever fought Vanderbilt to the end. The Commodore, as he was called in that particular point in time, said on record that he did not fear Hamilton because he never feared anybody, but that was the person that he certainly respected. Regardless of what you think about the ethics of Jeremiah Hamilton, I think that there's two key power moves that we all can take away from that. One of them, Hamilton was probably the first black man to ever declare bankruptcy. And much like President Trump, Hamilton used his knowledge of the bankruptcy system to create even more wealth despite numerous failures. And number two, Hamilton's persistence. Now, despite numerous failures, Hamilton always kept coming back. If the second wealthiest man in the history of this country basically respected his persistence, that should tell you a lot about Hamilton.
Hey, let's just take a second, man. Like, you gotta realize, man, he was playing a rigged game, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had nowhere near the access that we have right now. They have nowhere near the access that we have right now. So, like, he made it work. You know what I'm saying? And then to get into real estate, the crash happens, to have a financial fortitude to say, okay, this is how I pivot. You know what I'm saying? And then it's another thing if, and that's why I put it in, it was another thing if you just like putting the money in the market and you ain't, like he killing. He doing so good in the market, white and black, he started investing their money for him. Here's the one thing I always said, watch this. Money and numbers. Money and numbers don't have no opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? If you black, Spanish, Haitian, Chinese, whatever you is, if you can make some people some money, no matter what time you in, what you think they gonna do?
Because he had them white folk money.
He had them white folk money.
Bruh, the fact that he's the first black millionaire on Wall Street and we don't know that's crazy.
Why we don't know that? You know why? Because they like to talk about the other little, oh, he did this and he did that, so y'all did it too. We got a president right now that declared bankruptcy. We got a, you know what I'm saying? But what he did was he maneuvered with the game. He was like, oh, well, he had a counterfeit coin game. He was selling the coin to y'all. That's why y'all put him on First Street, because y'all won't try to hide it. But he just got the nod and said, okay, bet, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to bake the bread. I got you. They don't like to be duped. Come on, man. Playing the game. We been trapping. Now think about it. 1875, $2 million. What that's worth right now? I have no idea.
Yeah, that number's
That's a Bernard
ridiculous.
question.
Right, that definitely is a Bernard question.
Let's go further. Let's go a little further. Are you selling or are you buying right now? What y'all doing right now? What y'all doing right now? All right, here we go. First quarter, in case you don't know. Right, and I want to get into this right quick. So the DJI, the Dow Jones was minus 1.43% first quarter. Dow Jones minus 1.43%. Right? The NASDAQ, that's the IXIC, that's the NASDAQ. It's minus 10%. So it finished the first quarter in correction territory. It finished the first quarter in correction territory. The S&P 500 minus 4.48%. So pullback. And the Russell 2000, 10.8% in correction territory. So the correction was in the Dow and the correction was in, the correction was in the NASDAQ and the correction was in the Russell 2000. All right, let's go a little further. All right, so when we look at where the money was at in Q1, the money was in gold and the money was in energy. Utilities was flat, consumer staples and healthcare. Actually, consumer staples was actually the worst sector. It was the worst sector. Consumer staples was the worst sector. Let's go a little further. I'm gonna tell y'all something too, man. Y'all think I was playing, nobody don't listen to me. I kept buy you some gold, fam. We've been saying buy gold for a long time. Saying buy gold for a long time. Nobody want to buy no gold. I don't know why y'all don't want to buy no gold. Jose, why they don't want to buy no gold?
I told them go right up in Costco and get a brick.
Costco say they got it for the low.
Get that brick.
All right, so watch this. Uncertainty leads to big return. Watch this. The U.S. Economic Policy Uncertainty Index. So we talked about that before, right? The Economic Uncertainty Index, it has hit the highest level in history. Following the 2020 uncertainty surge up, the market rallied 63%. The second highest return was in February 2009, where the market returned 50%. But in 2001 and in 2008, the market dropped 17% and 9% respectively. So watch this. 2001, 2009, after this same index, which is the consumer uncertainty, how does the people feel about everything that's going on right now? That's a policy. That's a rate. People don't feel good. It's at the lowest it's ever been right now, right? Meaning it ain't never been as low as it feels right now. So watch this. 2011, after this index came out, the market did 9.7% in the 1 year time frame. In 1992, it did 13% in a 1 year time frame. In January 2024, it did 24% in that time frame. And in 13, it did 25%. March 2003, it did 28%. In April of 20, it did 32%. Watch this. February of 2009, in the following year, it did 50%. In March 20, it did 63%. Right? So that means in a 1 year time frame, after it went to a low like this is what happens in the following 12 months. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So every time the Economic Policy Uncertainty Index plunges, okay, put it on the big screen. Every time that plunges to an all-time low, the following 12 months have been returned as following. Can we make it big, Jose? Go big with it. Let them see it. Let them look. There you go. Appreciate you. So again, I'll run it back again. So the U.S. Economic Policy Uncertainty Index, that's the index that measures the consumer certainty or uncertainty about policy and whatever's going on. It hit a historic low level, so it's never hit as low as it's been, right? But these are the 12-month returns after it has dipped that low. After it has got negative, this negative, right? So in 2020, when it hit its first low, it rallied 500 points, which is 63% over the next 12 months. In 2009, it hit another low. It gave us 53% in the following 12 months. But in 2001 and in 2008, it went the other way, right? So in August of 11, after that gauge, it gave us 9%. 1992, after a dip, a strong dip. So this is after uncertainty. This is when it goes to a really low point, right? In 1992, it's giving us this, right? In 2024, it gives us this, the 12 months. So that's really good too.
So how long is the window of uncertainty? We're talking about a year?
So yeah, so the following 12 months.
Okay.
So after that gauge comes, so the gauge comes out every year, but this is after it has spiked to a low level. This is the gauge after, because it ain't always negative, right? So after this is spiked to a low level, hitting a target, after that, it has did this. So this is the year. So now in 2001 and in 2008, it kept going. It got lower. But in 11, 92, 24, 2013, 2003, 2020, February 09, and March, this is the surge we got back to back. In 2009 and 2020, that was the biggest at 50 and 63. Here's a poll for you, Jose. Do you think we bounce like this in the next 12 months?
It's uncertain times right here.
That's what makes the index so important.
Right.
It's an uncertainty index. So it has hit a historic low. And history says 1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah,
5,
about to say
6,
history
7,
says
8,
yes.
9, 10. 8 out of the 10 times we almost get a 10% bounce within the following 12 months.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it, yeah. Again, I'm optimistic.
Huh? We've reached the highest level when they did it this year. The highest level. So we've surpassed whatever the low is, we surpassed. This is the highest level. So my question is, do we still get a double digit? Remember what I always say, history don't rhyme. History don't repeat stuff, but it rhymes. So do we, or it could be a diss track and go the other way. How you feel about that, Jose? What you think?
Nah, I really think though we're going up. Optimistic like the market. I'm always try to go for the optimistic.
Did we get that video?
It was too long. It was like 8 minutes.
Tell him edit. Can we get Nick about editing right quick? Just a little small. I just want to get the part like where we go 1,000. I want to get that
just
part.
The short version.
We'll do it another time.
All right.
I just wanted to get that part. I just thought about when I had that. I want them to see that I really be excited up in here. I really be excited up in here. I really be, like I was like, Sean, because we was on 184,000 yesterday. Bro,
He said he think he got it.
Huh? We was on 184,000 yesterday. And bruh, I'll talk about to the point I was up 1,000 and me and Sean was like, Sean, yeah. And we went crazy. Like I'm still excited. Like it ain't nothing but 1,000. But I was geeked. I'm excited about the market every day like that. Every day I'm excited. I was like, and Sean was like, I said, oh, we up $5. And we watched it climb though. We watched it go. We was watching it. Because I was doing work. And I said, I was looking at the market. I said, wait, the index they shifting, Sean. Then we saw that thing down 8,000. I said, hold up, Sean, we done went from 184,000 to 8. Then that thing went to 2. I said, oh, Sean, we down 2,000. I said, we got action. Then that thing went minus $500. I said, oh, Sean, we done went from 184,000 in the hole to minus 500. I won.
Yeah, that's a win.
I won today.
A win is a win.
I won today. Then that thing say positive $20. I say, oh, hold up. Hold up. They talking crazy. They talking crazy. Let me see. Let's see if we can pull it up. See if we can pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up.
I started off the day. I woke up out my sleep. Man, I'm happy to be in the day. Thank you, God. Look at
I didn't even know he was recording.
I said, ooh.
Video phone that thing back.
I said, oh, okay. Let me get my day started. Look, about 12 o'clock, I say, ooh, that boy down 184 grand. Damn, okay, let's see. Oh, we down $5. We down $5. $5.77.
And I was on the phone with Toby.
Stop playing. Oh, I'm $266. I'm about $266. Come on. I'm down to it. Come on. Oh, I'm over 1,000. He up 1,000. Come on. Go. Hit it. Oh. Down $199.
How much seconds you got? Hold on.
Down 600. 400.
359. You got 30 seconds.
Come on.
I
was up 1,000. They smoked.
20 seconds left. 20 seconds.
Come on. Oh, we back to 3,000.
Dang.
Let's get back to the show, man. I'm telling y'all, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I was scared because I was like, I ain't get the check to approve this video, so I was like, I hope you don't say nothing crazy.
Nah, bro. And look, that's just me and Sean back there having fun, bro. We just be vibed out.
I'm with it. My nerves was just shaking.
So
just
that,
a little bit.
I'm Sean. That's how I love the game. You feel me? Like, this wasn't no shout out to Cam. He got the cameras on. Me and Sean back there we talking. I'm on the phone with Tobe. Sean doing something on the side. We talking about chess. Me and Sean talk about chess. Tobe call, I pop up with Tobe. We talk on the phone. I check the other phone in real time.
Yeah, watching that joke just boop, 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 boop.
And look, we had it was the end of the day. That's what made it real dope, because we were trying to close the day out. But think about this. People don't know all my financial business, but they know I'm straight. I'm excited about being up 1,000.
That's a sermon all up in there right there. That's a sermon right there.
Think about that. Like, whatever my financial situation is, we all right. But I'm excited about being up 1,000.
Somebody just got set free. I don't know if it's you.
Don't never think you too big. Trap, you got, no. I'm up 1,000. I got the same. You saw me, I'm standing up on a chair. Yeah. We both got up like, oh, because it was up 5,000. We thought we was, take me to the king. We was ready to go. But you know why I get excited like that still, Jose? Because ain't nothing like making money in that market when I know for a fact you ain't designed for me to make it. When you ain't designed, that's why Jeremiah Hamilton's so cold-blooded. That's why he's so cold-blooded. 1887, his name wasn't supposed to be on that. 2 million. Watch this. The richest man in the world at the time was Cornelius Vanderbilt. He had to do what? Tilt his hat. He had to tilt his hat.
Because he was in the game.
Because you ain't make money as a farmer.
Right.
You made money as an investor.
In the game going crazy.
You made money in the same market. Because that's how he became the richest man in the world. He bought the railroads of all his competitors. He made their stock crash and then bought all their stock for $5. That's how he became the richest man in the game. And that's what I want y'all to understand. Game, respect, game. You a killer, they don't respect you for that. You a robber, they don't respect you for that. You a dope dealer, they don't respect you for that. They don't respect you for that.
But you in the game with me?
But, you can. You sit here? What, you mean how much? Hey, bring him in, let's talk to him. I don't want to talk. And I ain't just speaking for myself. I'm just saying that's the power of the game. Go look at the top 10 richest people in the world. Go look at the 3 richest women in the world. Guess who they are? They got shares in public companies, except for the Mars family. And go look at the top 10 richest people in the world. All of them rich because what? Not just because they build successful businesses, but they own millions of shares in their own company. And you got to ask yourself this question. Why would somebody own a company? I built the company. Why would I want to own shares in it? Because they know one thing. That's the fastest way to becoming a billionaire.
Shout out to 5700 getting in the chat and lagging our...
5700 in the chat, man.
You know what I'm saying? Lagging our joint, but we're going to get that fixed very soon.
You feel me? That's why. That's why investing in this game is a non-negotiable. It is a non-negotiable. Tobe said, hey, bro, every time I see the people on Instagram and stuff talk about the market, I say, let me call my dog Chop. I say, hey, brother, don't worry about me. Not in this. I'm going to be all right. Now, if some violence going on, check on me. But the market? Nah. I'm good.
Do this in my sleep. Literally.
No matter what happens, I'm good. Because this is there's no way I think about not being here. Let me show you a stat right quick. I wrote this down, Jose. I had it in my notes. Watch this. Watch this stat. The S&P goes up 53% of days, 62% of months, 74% of years, and 94% of decades.
I'm about to say, yeah, you got to run that back, Turbo.
Listen to that. The S&P goes up 53% of days, 62% of months, 74% of years, and 94% of decades. Meaning the game is designed for you to win. All you got to do is stay in. All you got to be willing to do is endure. So if you're an options player, listen, stick to your formula. Make your small tweaks. It's built for you to win. Simple, bro. You got to be willing to ignore short-term noise. Yep, I ain't gonna lie to you. Bro, listen, these 7 weeks, they feel long. You've been in a fight of your life for your money. But guess what? Zoom out some. Just zoom out a little bit.
I'm laughing because people hit me up like, hey, man, what your man gonna do? Because my account ain't looking too good right now. They be DMing me.
You gotta just say that nigga fight. I come here every day.
Talk the trap for me real quick.
I come here every day, bro, and I be like, bro, market tripping, but what we doing? And I watch it, I do what I do, but I understand something, bro. You in a fight. I'm the type of person, bro, when I was in prison, bro, I'll just tell you some real talk, bro. Like, this real talk. Like, I got a cool set of hands on me, you hear me? I ain't no Mike Tyson. I got a cool set of hands on me, right? Like, I done lost some fights in prison, but I never lost because I ain't had heart. We gonna fight to the end. We gonna fight to, like, dang. Like, I ain't never been knocked out. I done been sat down a couple times, though, for sure. Bang, bang. Oh, God damn. Man, get that nigga, man.
That was a good one.
You feel me? I'm right back up, though. One thing, always, bro, Lil one gonna scratch. Juvie gonna scratch. Man, Free gonna scratch. Every time. Quitting ain't an option. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go on the line and say this, bruh. At least 50% of the fights that I won, it was only because I had more heart. It wasn't because I was the better fighter. I'm going to say 50% of them was because I just had more heart.
It'll keep you in there, too.
I'm going to keep going. You smoke buglers, you smoking weed on the cool. I just got more wind and more heart, bro. I'm 19, 20, 22. I'm going to work in the field. I'm coming to play basketball. I'm on a weight pile. I'm on the gym. I'm on a big yard. I got wind for days. Same thing about the market, bro. You just got to have heart. A fight is a fight. A fight is a fight. Every fight ain't always about who got the best hands. Some fights just be about you. Who got the best heart, bro? I just got a big heart, bro. And it's just in me. I'm just gonna fight. And so that same mentality, bro. Same mentality to come with the market, bro. That's why I ain't ashamed to say, yeah, bro, shit, I was down to M. 1.5 to be exact. And we still ain't coming in here now 1 week and not show that joint. Let's go a little further, man. Right after this. You show right after this. Since 2021, Q1 since 2021. Now, this is important. I saw this today, and I was like, this is dope, right? So the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the NASDAQ monthly returns, right? So here's what I saw on here. So this is 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, right? And you can see, if you look at 2025, that's January, February, March, January, February, March, January, February, March. Here's the dope part right here. If you look at the line, you can see that this ain't something that ain't happened before. Shout out to Natalie. I see you, Queen. Oh, she gave us 100 this week. Oh, yeah. Suck it, song.
You did good this week.
Right?
Shout out to Trap.
So if we look, what we got here, you see March at the end. Here's the crazy part. We had a great January. March fell, and February went down. The last part of February fell really hard. March fell down hard. Guess what? This ain't something we ain't been before. I want you to go back a little further right here and see in 2024, we had something similar, and 2023, we had something similar, but guess what? Guess what? Guess what? You bounce back. You bounce back. So who's to say that you ain't gonna get it again this year? The market ain't do nothing that they ain't never done. Let's go a little further. All right, let's get to that recession portfolio. Let's show the people the money. You know the people want to see the money. You know the people want to see the money, Jose. Stop playing, acting like you don't know the people want to see the money. All right. Here we go, man. Say, bro, AMAT, see these A's, they really tripping. The A's just don't want to shake back. The A's don't want to shake back right now, y'all. AMAT down, ANET down, AVGO down, AVGO down. All right. The AutoZone play. I almost cut this AutoZone play, Sean. Here's why. It's up 55%. Man, it don't end till September. It's up 55%. That thing was steep, cuz. I ain't gonna lie, I think this is my most expensive contract ever. It was, I paid, I won't say $291. $291. I think it was 29,000 per contract. Yep, was 219 times 100. No, it's 29,000, cuz. Ain't no 21 nothing. Yeah, it's 29 something, cuz. Ain't no 200, what? Yeah, that was my most expensive one. I got a few of them things too, though. I feel them. Yeah. Now look, let me tell y'all, I told y'all last week about this sweet move I did. That was the week before, but I got out the Costco play, took a little profit, pivoted, and I got back in it once it dropped under 9. So the Costco been running like a billy goat. It's been running like a billy goat. Come on, boy. Oh, they don't know nothing about that? Oh, all right. They don't know nothing about that. Billy goat? Boy. A billy goat?
What's the difference between a goat and a billy goat?
I just know it'll run. The billy goat is the man. And he aggressive.
Okay.
He run the yard. He run it. So look, the Costco play running, so I'm excited about that. So that was one of our 2 plays. CrowdStrike, we love that. It's giving us some action right there. Let's go a little further. This is a play we put in today. I told my people I said, we gonna pivot, y'all. So I put that play in today. You hear me? And we got like, we'll show that video later. So I was telling Sean how I saw it. I know I messed him up a little bit today. He didn't think I had that in me today. I was telling him about, I was like, Sean, so check this out. So I was telling him, damn, we don't got the whiteboard. So I was telling Sean, it's all right. So I was telling Sean, I ain't never talked to him like this. So I knew when I talked to him like this, part of him was like, okay. So I was telling him, when I got in this play today, I had been watching it for a minute. And it's about 18% from its all-time high, which gives me room. And I said, Sean, so he pulled the chart up. He gonna pull it up, kill me. So I pulled the chart up and I said, listen, I saw it go into this bearish pattern, right? And then I said, I was watching this 5-minute chart. So he said, damn, why you watching the 5? He said, he's on a 5-minute? That's day trading stuff right there, Trap. I said, well,
You got him hype on that one.
Yeah, I was trying to get a feel for the day. Like normally if I do look at them, I'll just look at some monthlies and just maybe a weekly, but mostly a month. I say, but I'm looking at this 5-minute. I say, because I want to look at what it's doing today. I say, because I already analyzed that it was 20% from the high. I already understand that it's performing a certain way. So I said, then it ran into this chart I saw showing where it was a green candlestick, but it had a long wick coming from both ends. And I said, that's telling me that there's a fight right there. There's a fight between bulls and the bears. I said, but because it's a small green candlestick, that tells me that the bulls edged it out, right? So he looked at me and was like, tell me more. All right? I did it on purpose to play with him, you hear me? I say, so this long candle, this long wick tells us, and it turned green, tells us that there was a fight. It tells us it opened high, right? It opened high, but at somewhere in there, sellers came in within this 5-minute time frame. Sellers came in. And then buyers came in. And they fought for about 3 minutes. Because that's what the long wick's telling us. And then, but because it's green, it tells us that the buyers won that battle. So Sean looked at me and said, Now he know his charts. He know his charts. So then I said, so Sean, I had to wait because that tells me.
He ain't never heard you talk chart.
He never taught me like this. He never heard me talk like this.
When you talking chart,
so I caught him off guard. I caught him completely off guard.
Yeah.
Like soon as he came in,
Yeah.
I caught him because I was excited about the play. Again, $1,000. People don't understand. People don't understand that part. So then I say, so now because I know there was a battle, it made me hesitant. because now I gotta watch the dance off a little longer. So I said, so the next chart, I said, so I looked at the previous candle, which was a nice green candle, solid. The next one was what it was, Sean? It was a red candle. I said, so this let me know the sellers still wanted to fight. So we got lower. I said, but this tells us, because we looked at where the candle was, so we had a small wick at the top. I said, this tells us that it opened lower, which because it's pressed down, but buyers came in because you got the small wick at the top. But sellers dominated this one. So now I got I got a story with this candle. I needed to wait for this next 5 minutes to understand what was happening. I say, but it shocked me because the next candle came in, watch this, it came in small green, but with equal wicks. I say, this is neutral. Bro, I'm telling Sean this, and he's just looking at me like, this nigga, what this nigga trapping right now? He was shocked. He was shocked.
I already know. You telling me I already know he was just on the high.
So I said, so this tells me this is a neutral candle because it's a small, but it's even. I said, so this neutral ain't dirty. I said, so now I can't get in this play yet because I needed to tell me more of the story. So then we watched it for a little while, and then I said, Sean, right here, it dropped. So I watched this play for like 45 minutes before I made the play. So I said, I watched it, Sean, and then I said, I watched this. It was a strong bearish candle. Had no wicks, I say the bears just said, nah, this is us. No wicks on it, straight lower, straight down. I say, this is a strong bearish candle. So now I had to pause. I say, but the next one came in green. And the next one came in green. I said, but then I looked at where it had been at previously, Sean. I said, so this let me, and now the pattern had done went down. So now we was downtrending. But then when it found that green, I said, I waited for it to give me 3 candles. I said, then it gave me a nice little candle green. And it gave me another one where I still see buyers took in. And I said, and this one I got in. And then we see the rally after that. Sean just looked at me like, damn. Not that he don't know it.
Right. Yeah,
but I ain't never talked to him like that.
You ain't never talked to none of us about the people in the chat
like that. Yeah, I ain't never talked to him like that.
We didn't even know he knew charts.
Yeah, I ain't never talked to him like that.
The charts, though?
I ain't never talked to him like that. So he was just like,
How often you be in the charts, though?
I don't do it a lot. But again, what happens is the market makes you use some of your tools, right? Sometimes you can muscle memory. Sometimes you can muscle memory your way through it.
Steph Curry, that jump.
And then sometimes you gotta say, oh, I do got this. It may not be I might don't got the hook shot like Kareem, but put me in a clutch situation, I'll go to it. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So just looking, and I had told my people, yo, we got to pivot a little bit because of what we see. So it made me just, go a little bit in a little bag that I had. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just made me go in a little bag that I had. It ain't that I don't, like, I ain't about to sit here and call out 15 or 17 different, I'm not about to call out 20 different chart patterns. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my game. And I'm not going to sit here and lie like, that is my game. Like, oh, don't put me on a chart, because you put me on, you're going to eat me alive. You know what I'm saying? But I know enough to maneuver, and I know that, watch this, right now, we in a different environment. And that's what I said about the game. So the game gonna either make you live or die on what you know, which is prideful, or the game gonna make you say, hey, go back in your bag of tricks. Go back in your tool bag and pull something else out for right now, because muscle memory here ain't working.
That's good.
You feel me?
That's good.
Muscle memory here, you got to go back, and if you don't got that in your bag, go sit on the side. And so for me, I had told my people Saturday, like, yo, we gonna pivot a little bit, y'all. And, our last 4 trades, You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They've been all right. So let's go. So we got I'm proud of this. Bang! Goldman Sachs, bruh. I got 16 days, dog. God damn. Got 16 days. This would expire, bang. Man, it's looking rough. It's looking rough on that one. But that's just the top one. The other two good. The other ones in there like 60-ish, I think. So we got the Goldman Sachs 660, Goldman Sachs 680, IBKR, Meta, right? Then we got the old Netflix play, right? And then let's go a little further. And then we got the new Netflix play, but we've been in that one for a minute. So maybe about 3-4 weeks. ServiceNow, bang! ServiceNow, dog. We got a little spark. NVIDIA, that was the 120 called the June. That go that June. God damn. That's a hitter, cuz. Palantir, Uber, and then we got the other play that we did at the bottom. That one is up. We was up. That's the one we watched yesterday. Today it gave 95% of it back. Right here. So it's still up 900. So that's still our last 4 plays are green. You know what I'm saying? Our last 4 plays green, but that's what we got, man. And that's what we doing in the Patreon, man. So we feeling good right now. We feeling good right now. I actually think that everything except for that one Goldman play is June, August, October, September. I think we got time. Because you got to think about it. The market did this in a 6-week time span. You know what I'm saying? But we also know we can get a couple rallies in that. We'll be all right. And it just depends. I think tomorrow gives us some clarity. I don't think we're going to get full clarity, but I think we'll have the ability for the market to see what's ahead. And if the market gets some type of footing, you know, I thought you put Netflix in. Nah, that wasn't yesterday we put that in. Not that Netflix play. Nah, we put that in yesterday. Let's go. Anyway, let's get to our buy and hold, man. Let's go. God damn, dog. We was up 1%. Man, we was up 1%. So now we down 1% from last week. The AJG play is killing it. That was one of our pivots. The AJG play was a pivot. The AJG and Costco was the 2 pivots we added. Goldman Sachs down, Meta, Canada Rally, NVIDIA, Palantir, TPL, VRTX. That's a volatile stock. And then our Williams and Sonoma. So we down 1%. But we feel good about this, man. This ain't nothing we can't recover from. I feel good about it. I ain't mad at it. I still feel like, I just feel like you got to be able to endure those hookups. I did buy some more NVIDIA. I bought 100 shares when it was at 103. I bought 100 shares and put on there at 103. Bring that cost basis down on there. So, but other than that, man, we good. Let's go a little further, man. Now go back. That was good. So how do you see the market? So some banks put in some price targets. Oh, also, man, come join the Patreon, man. Come lock in with us, man. You know what I'm saying? I will say, man, shout out to the people in the Patreon. Shout out Rams. I'm a bullish bear. T-Mac. Shout out to people like T-Mac, Rams, AB, I think her name, Katrina, Double R, Rams, Long Lee got dope on a call with us, talking that talk. Not yet, don't go that yet, nuh-uh. Jermaine definitely be in the game. We got some dope people in the Patreon. Thavian, right? Some people that really be getting to it in the Patreon. Where's Uber? The Uber was on there. You ain't see it? The second for the last one. I ain't get out of it. It was the second to the last one before the one that was blacked out. So yeah, man, we got some dope people in the Patreon for sure that really be getting to it. What's this one lady name? I think Lisa is her name. She said something today in a group that was crazy. But just shout out to the people, man. You know, you come join Virgil, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Patreon people, man, because you join it, not just for me, there's some dope information in there. Tanya, she in the building, yep, she be getting busy. Nettie is in the building for sure. What it is? Katie, that's her name, Katie. Nettie in the building, she be on her put game going crazy for sure. And I don't mind giving my people props, man. They really be getting busy in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, the only thing is I think it's a way to manage, you know, because so many new people come in and they be in a chat, it's kind of just, you know.
You can get lost.
When they fear, when they fear get them.
Yeah.
Cheesy bread in the building for sure. Like, I think they fear. I think that's the only thing that I haven't learned how to, like, navigate, because you can't tell nobody, man, shut that shit up, man. You can't tell nobody, shut your scary ass down. You can't say that, you know what I'm saying? So you got to just, you know, be like, all right, but the group start giving them, like, encourage, because you got to respect everybody's position. You got to respect where everybody's starting at. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I try to do. I had got into it with a little dude last week. Not really got into it. He was just like, man, I don't know what to do. You know, it's hard to navigate. And I say, bro, I can't tell nobody to shut up. Nobody ain't being disrespectful. You know, they are voicing, you know, you got to think about it, where people have financial fear, especially in this type of market. You think you strong until it just punch on you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It give you a good Friday, come back Monday, punch it Monday, Tuesday, pop Wednesday, pop Thursday, fall Friday, come back Monday, come back Tuesday, take up everything you gain. You got 3 days in a row, and then it come back and fall 4 days in a row. Yo, you don't know what, you're exhausted. You done went through every emotion. You done went through every emotion. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell nobody, man, hold that. You gotta let people voice that. You know what I'm saying? And so my only thing be trying to not get them to be all over the place. Like you may see somebody like Nettie, she might hit on a couple puts. Now you trying to go run and do puts and you don't know what the hell you doing. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, you might see that. Then you might see T-Mac throw up a chart while he explaining what's going on. You might see AB throw up a chart that's explaining what's going on. And then now you trying to go pay attention. You trying to go look at the chart they posted and make a play, but you don't understand the data that they put in. You don't understand what Nettie did to do that put call. So now you think the market down, you don't want to try to do a put, and then the market done ran. And now you mad at me. I ain't tell you go do that. Now you down on your put and your call. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't let the market blitz you like that. You got to be willing to say, hey, all right, let me learn some more. You know what I'm saying? Let me learn a little more so later on I can maneuver like this, or I know how to just chill. So I think that's the only thing is for me is just, I got to figure out a way to navigate that with them. But for the most part, man, I would say this like 96% of the time, bro, like we on over-educate mode. You know what I'm saying? We want education. We want, you know what I'm saying? There go AB in the building. AB be doing the damn market analysis in that joint. You hear me? AB will have like, I don't even know how he got that many characters in his text. He must copy and paste before he put it in the chat. I know you ain't texting no. You get lost. The thread ain't that big.
You gotta do it in the notes.
Yeah, he do it in the notes and copy and paste, then put it in there. But AB gonna give you a whole breakdown. That's what I like. I like the fact that people don't just post. If they have an opinion, they're going to post something that backs their opinion. And it don't mean it gotta be right or wrong. It's just saying, yo, here's why I feel this way. Here's the stats behind that. As a person who has the group, I can't be mad at a person that does that. As a matter of fact, I would be doing a group a disservice for not letting people voice statistically, not just their opinion, statistically, how they feel about the group. But anyway, dope group. Come join the Patreon, man. We getting busy. we definitely gonna win way more than we lose. We gotta come back. We gotta recover a little bit from what we got going on. But guess what, man? We gonna be there. And what I like people to know, a lot of people have said this to me, Jose, I'm not gonna lie. More than anything, Trap, what I do respect, bro, and they say that I've been in some groups where when they start losing, they get quiet. And it just be us in the group.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I heard that.
They was like, bro, what I do respect about you, you ain't never once not did a call with us on a Saturday. You know, when we had our call, you ain't ducked that call. You answered every question. And you ain't ducked no smoke. You in here still talking with us. You still send us what you see. And they're like, dog, for that alone, I'm rocking with you because I know we gonna win. So for that, you know, integrity gonna get you where you gotta go at, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get it. Here's some price targets. Actually, Jose, we see some people changing their price target, Jose. Our price target is what, Jose? 6,800, right? That's our price target, 6,800. So, several different banks from Citibank, Goldman Sachs, couple banks, they switched their target. So their over target was 7,000, they switched it to 6,400. From 6,600 to 62, from 66 to 59. Goldman was the biggest. They went from 65 to 57. They pissed me off because they say it's a 40% chance of recession. I started to throw my phone at them. Citibank went from overweight stocks to neutral on stocks, and HSBC went from overweight stocks to neutral on U.S. equities. So that's U.S. stocks alone. So a lot of big banks are revising their price cuts, their targets. But you gotta say this. Here's the thing about that, and why you don't get too sold off into that, is because the minute the market gets on the other side of what's going on right now, they'll revise them again. That's why I don't get too caught up on that. Let's go a little further. All right, I won't do this, then we'll go to 100 Trapper Hotline. Right, I won't say this. Getting out of the game will cost you more than any loss you'll ever take in the game. Getting out of the game will cost you more than any loss you'll ever take in the game, right? So watch this. Let's go full screen with this one too, right? So watch, because I want them to see this. That's why we like to not just put information, but we like to just, it's not like a biased opinion here. So watch this. If you miss the 60 best days of the market, your investment return is 90% lower. If you miss the best 50 days, so this is what, think about this, right? $10,000 is the baseline. If you invested all through the market, look at that increase. If you missed the best 10 days, look how far that go down. Look how far that go down. If you missed the best 20 days, look how far that went down. Watch this. In 2020, the second best day happened immediately after the second worst day. Say it again. In 2020, pandemic, the second best day ever happened right after the second worst day ever in the market that week. Right? So watch this. If you miss the best 30 days, now, when it comes to 30, we talking about like days that you get like 0.9%. You know what I'm saying? We're not even talking about a whole percent in the market. We talking about you missing little days. Right, watch this. Missing the best 40 days, look how far that thing dropped. Watch this. Missing the best 50 days, look how far that thing dropped. Missing the best 60 days. Now, there's only 278 trading days in a year. Now, you would think if you miss 60 days, you still got 200 and some other days. But bro, if you miss the best 60 days, look how, so watch this. If you miss the best 10 days, your money decreased significantly. What does that mean? Stay in the game. Stay in the game. Stay in the game. Let's go a little further. Let's go to 100 Trapper Hotline.
Wait, before you do that, hold on, stop that. I had a question. The chart that, I know we were going to 1-800. I wasn't even thinking like, where does this come from?
What chart?
That chart, that one we just came from.
What chart?
The one was like, yo, the sewing as far as the.
Oh, boy, that's what I do all week, y'all.
I know it's just like, I'm not even fathoming it, just even those type of numbers.
I'm a data digger.
Yeah, bro. Like, that's what's blowing my mind. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, where you pull that from?
Bro, I'm a data digger, bro. I'm a data digger, bro. Like, that's what I think, like, I gotta hire a research team. Cause I spend so much time. I spend at least, when I come in here, that's what I be doing.
I know.
Bro, I be digging for data. Then as soon as I find it, I send it to Steve.
Mm-hmm.
I might send Steve 100 pieces of stuff during the week, bro. At least 50 for sure. And he'd be like, hey, what you want to name this? What you want to name this? And on top of that, I find when I really, really like, I go to tell him how to make the graphic. Hey, make it look like this. Do like this with it. I want it to look like this. Right? That's what I do, bro. Like, that's why I say, like, I only not love the game. I love the idea of, that's why I use that in the opening, the decoding.
Yeah.
Like, I like putting the information in front of us so we can have those like, oh, bad. That's the nature of the show. The nature of the game and the nature of the show is not to just get up here and just randomly talk about how I feel. It's about saying, yo, here's the data. Let me present the data to you. And if I present the data to you, I've now increased your chances of winning. Now, in the process of that, I'm gonna tell you how I feel about the data. But I'm gonna still give you the data.
But it ain't even like regular data, though. That's it. I don't know. Maybe it's me.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking at it like, yo, it's better for you to stay in because if you had got out, this is what you would have potential or like that's like working in reverse as far as I don't know. I'm just mind blown.
No, that's good.
That's good.
That's good. And so that's the thing, bro. It's just like playing the game. Like there's so much. That's why I love it. You gotta think about it, Jose. The only way we can do this show for 137 weeks, bro, for every show, I've done all the research for every show.
Mm-hmm.
No one else, bro.
Yep.
Trapping Tuesday is what I love to do, bro. This is what I love to do. I just told Ashana the other day, hey, I got this building to do, and we got Trapping Tuesday. I don't want to go speak for nobody.
Yeah.
This building got to get done, and we got to do this show.
I asked about a new joint today. I was like,
And look what I told you when we did the event.
Yeah.
We was supposed to leave. I said, hey, bro, I got to get back to Atlanta, bro.
yeah.
We supposed to stay another day. Hey, bro, I finished. We got to get back to Atlanta, bro. I got stuff to do. I don't got time to just land in a hotel.
KJ just said, it's like, yo, I never seen CNBC. That's why I trap. You know what I'm saying? That's real.
So we're working on that daily show, too.
Yeah.
Working on that daily show. Working on that daily show. At least one version of it. My mama texted me talking about, how do I get on the Wall Street Trapper page tomorrow? I'm going to send you the link, man. I'll send you the link, But that's it. And I know that, bro, like our people, they love that data.
Mm-hmm.
The data help them make better decisions. Like, this ain't about me, so watch this, they gonna think, but this ain't about me just saying, hey, buy this stock.
Right, that's easy.
It ain't about me saying, hey, buy this stock here. Or it ain't about me saying, yeah, this stock here about to run up. Or, no. Here's where we at in the market. Thank you, family. Devin, thank you for the super chat, family. It's about me saying, hey, family, this is where we are. And it's my fault that I ain't pulled the April thing up, right? This is where we are. This is what the data says. This is what this says. Because my competition is CNBC, bro.
Right.
Fox News, Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance TV. That's who you know what they do? They put data out.
And it'd be a whole squad behind the
They
scenes.
got a
putting it
whole
together.
research team of 10, 15, 20 people.
Yep.
It's just me, bruh. But I understand that we have a page and we have a platform where people are thirsty for knowledge. And if they can understand it, it gives them leverage. Let's go a little further.
What's good, Trap? It's Brandon. Jose, thank you for taking my question. Salute to you, King. We'll just get straight to it. My question is, lately I've been focusing a lot on just kind of being in the option phase that you put out in the Patreon, because of my focus has been devoted towards trying to get these certifications towards work. But of course, I'm not really happy pursuing these certifications. But at the same time, I understand that it brings more value to me as a technician, being in the automotive field, and which could also, allow me to have more paper to invest with. So just kind of want to know, should I, kind of go with my gut feeling and work with what I got, or, just get the certifications knocked out and then, do the option plays that you put in, and then devote my full focus back into the market once I, accomplish these certifications. So just kind of want your thoughts. Thank you again, Jose. Salute.
Hey, bro. Shout out to you, King. I appreciate you for tapping in. Bro sound like he do not want to get them certifications. He sound like he dreading get them bitches, dog. I say this, bro. Like, get them because it's going to help your bag. You know what I'm saying? Get them because it's going to help your bag. But at the same time, be planning your escape. Right? Be planning your escape. That's what I say to that. Get them. You can still focus on the options market. You can still focus on the plays. You can still go in your bag. Bro, but it sounds like you don't want to do that. And that's cool. Sometimes we got to do what we don't want so we can ultimately get the thing that we really want. Right? Sometimes we got to do what we don't want so we can ultimately get the thing that we really want, which is freedom. So, I'm going to say this. Man, lock in on them certs, King. But also understand this. The certs should help you make a couple more dollars. If the certs going to increase that paycheck, that's more money you got to invest. So think about it like this. Let's say you was making, let's say you making, $25 an hour. And the certs take you to $28 an hour. Guess what? Whatever that $3 an hour extra is, that's all investment money, whatever you was gonna put in the check. Right? So that makes sense, L? Yeah. So if let's say you making $25 an hour. Whatever your check was at $25 an hour, and you was investing 10, 15% of that, guess what? That extra $3 you got, you still make the same money, because everything you get that extra $3 with after taxes, that goes to the 10%. That's what that does. So you're not no longer, you know what I'm saying? So that extra $3 on every hour you make, that's $3 you get to put in the market with. You add that to the 10%. So that's how you look at it. Like, yep, I ain't tripping. I'm going to get the certs. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get the certs. It's going to give me a couple extra dollars. I don't care if it's $1.50. Guess what, bro? That's the way the game go. I don't care if the certs give you an extra 15 cents. Guess what? That's an extra 15 cents, because guess what? That extra 15 cents in the market is magical. That's the thing about the market. That extra 15 cents, that extra dollar, guess what? That extra dollar adds up to you getting one more contract. And guess what? That extra contract, watch this, 5 contracts that get to 100% is nice. But 6 contracts that got to 100% is nicer. You feel me? So just look at it like that, fam. Don't trip. You know what I'm saying? Don't trip. You on your mission. You on your goal. You're going to knock it out. Get them certs, man. Get you some more bread, man. Guess what? Playing the game how I go, man. Let's go, man. You know what I'm saying? You might have an extra what? 6-7 grand a year. Man, you throw that in the market. You got more money in the market. Now, don't do the other thing, though. Don't make the extra money. Now you got extra money to spend. Now you done wasted your time. Now the search don't make sense. Because you ain't doing nothing but blowing money fast. Let's go a little further, man.
Yo, Trap, I'm
knew that
back.
was
What's up,
Miguel.
Trap family? Hey, Trap, I got a question for you. I want to know, how would you study every 11 sectors in the stock market to always have a competitive edge to make long-term investments or stock option calls? Thanks, Trap.
I swear I knew that was Miguel. I knew that was my dog. Anytime the video got a pause in the beginning, it's him.
He back to the intros.
Yep. Maybe get us to slide in the chair. Maybe the sliders of the chair. So how would I study all 11 sectors? I don't necessarily think all 11 sectors give you a advantage in the market. I think the sectors that you are really good at, that you understand, give you the advantage in the market, right? I don't think you need to learn all 11 sectors, right? You need to understand what sectors you can really understand well, what industries inside those sectors you really understand well, and that's what you get good at. You don't have to know it all, right? Like, I enjoy it to the fact that but I don't really go to basic materials that much. I barely ever go into the real estate field like that. I only know a few. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to know all 11 sectors. Just focus on the ones that you really know and master them till you get really good at them. And then once you do that, you move on a little, you know what I'm saying, go a little further. And that'll put you in buying whole and in, you know what I'm saying? Like, and one of the cheat codes is go buy the ETF. You want to learn about finances? Go buy XLF. Go study the ones in there. You want to learn about healthcare? Go study XLV. You want to learn tech? Go study XLK. Start there. Get the ETF, see what's in the ETF. Game changer. Shout out to my dog Miguel, man. You better have some Walmart stock too. Let's go.
Hey Trap, my name is Sheldina and I am new to this wealth building journey. And I was just wondering if you could point me in the direction of some inexpensive option plays to kind of help get me jump started. And also, with the market being so red and volatile right now, I kind of wanted to pick your brain on how you felt about maybe some short puts. Yeah, so those are my questions. And thanks for taking my question, Jose.
Nothing major, just some options.
That
Just some short
smile.
puts. Oh, yeah.
Skin, dreads. Man, come on, queen. Come on, queen.
Came through with good audio. They
Good
don't understand.
audio.
They don't understand. I appreciate those with the good audio.
You appreciate the good
'Cause
audio.
it's less work for me.
So because she's just in front of the phone, how does the audio change?
Shout out to my truckers again. That's why I had to shout them out.
Oh, the truckers be having the earpiece.
Well, nah, you hear the truck.
Oh.
Some people be in a wind tunnel. Some people be out back. I'm hearing crickets, and it sound crazy. You know, we doing a show. People got to hear the question. So, again, when you got good audio and a pretty smile, we rocking. We trapping.
Yeah, she had a great spot. I like her energy, man. So, low-cost ETFs, I think the last, so it depends on what you consider a lower trade cost. So, the one we put in the day probably cost about $1,600 because the price was $16.30 something to get in. So that's probably a $1,600 play. So I think our average play gonna range at least $1,100 because of the. Nah, I just traded the one today that was 16. How much the AMAT play was? The Uber play wasn't that. Average play gonna cost about $1,000. Average play gonna cost about $1,000. So it depends on what you consider. Now, you can shrink it if you went shorter on it. I don't have a problem with you doing the short-term puts. I just ask that you know what you're doing before you do it. I don't want you to do anything inexperienced. Man, average play was down $3,000, man. Man, hell no. I'm looking at the account. I can tell you what let me see.
Sean said, do a poll in the chat.
Sean ass don't know.
And shout out to the chat. They like, yo, she's single. They wild.
I'm playing with that. We don't know that lady's single, man. I'm not in that lady business like that. Y'all tripping, man.
Wait till we have something at the Freedom Center and we could do, hey, look, stocks and matchmaking or something. We make it happen.
All right, so look here. The Uber play was $8, bro. So Uber was $8. It's 800 is cheaper. What the ETF's gonna be cheaper, right? So QQQ, XLK, yeah. So 1,100. So let's see. No, that's Netflix. IBKR was 1,700. All right. ANET 13. Around Palantir was 14. Both of them, 13, 14. No, 14, 15, 17. NVIDIA was 16. So, yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying? Nah, them big dogs. Yeah, them big dogs. So Costco a big dog. Goldman Sachs, 3,000. $25, but guess what? But watch this. So here's the alternation. Here's what you do. You can take the play and move it up. Now, if my play out for 8 months, you don't got to pay that price. If you move it up to 6 months, you done took $1,000 off. Huh? I need all the months. I need all the months. I need all the months. Yeah, man. So that's what I would say, Queen. You know, our average play gonna range is, you know, I'ma say it, $1,000 or more. ETFs are good, but if you want to move that play, you can go up a month or two. But now you are altering it a little bit, so that's kind of, you know what I'm saying, a thing. Or you could go the ETF route, which are kind of be cheaper. But also, I don't have a problem with you doing the puts as long as you really know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't advise people to just, you know, try to make a quick dollar in here. You know what I'm saying? I don't advise that. That was funny to say she's single with options. That's good. I like that. I like that. But I don't know if that lady's single. You know why I don't make me do that? I don't play with my people like that here. Let's go a little further, man.
Hey, Trap, this Court. Thank you for taking my question, Jose. My question is, with NVIDIA partnering with GM and Disney, out of these two companies, which one would you be looking to invest in to take advantage of these partnerships and why? Thank you for taking my question, Jose, again. Trap, I appreciate everything.
GM and who? Run it back again, I missed it.
Hey, Trap, this Court. Thank you for taking my question, Jose. My question is, with NVIDIA partnering with GM and Disney, out of these two companies, which one would you be looking to invest in to take advantage of these partnerships and why?
What's good, King? Man, I appreciate you for tapping in. Neither one of them. Neither one of them. I don't like GM. I don't know why former Jim loves GM the way he do. If you're gonna bet on anything, you go with NVIDIA instead of them. What's this? Let me see something. Yeah, I don't know why former Jim, and former Jim was an advocate of GM. He just got out of it. So let's see. And I'm doing this for a reason. So right now, GM is $47. Disney is $97. And watch this. NVIDIA is $109. Here's my question to you. Which one out of them three, which one you think you're gonna get the most value from? Which one of them, out of them three, even though NVIDIA, they are partnering with NVIDIA, I just want to ask you a question. Where do you think you're going to get more value from? The Disney theme parks? I'm not even saying it as a joke. The Disney theme parks? So what happens when the economy is in the way it is right now? People not going to Disney the way they was because the economy, people still going to go, but guess what? They're not going to go like they was, but also guess what? They not winning a stream award. They done bumped down to the number 3. I think is Netflix, and then it may be Amazon next. So they're not winning the streaming wars either. So they're not winning streaming wars, and in the wintertime, that goes out. So now you need them to make a bunch of great movies. That could be hit or miss, right? They have been putting out some great movies, I'm not gonna lie, but now you banking on Disney stock to save you with movies. I don't know if that's the way I'll go, right? But also, now let's think about GM. When the last time you saw somebody saying, I'm about to go, the Escalade is good, but they had a good earnings today. I'm not gonna lie, they did have a good earnings today. But where would you get the most value from? I personally think you'll get the most value from NVIDIA. If you wanted to play one of those two, I just think you go with the one that's gonna be reliant on them the most instead of going to the companies. You know what I'm saying? So neither one of those, King. Neither one of those for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it like this. Once they get in bed with NVIDIA, they're probably going to be there for a minute. That's kind of my thoughts of it, King. Let's go, man. All right, here was our S&P winners, man. The losers: First Solar, United Airlines, Vistra, Arista, Moderna, Western Pharmaceuticals, Teradyne, On Semiconductor, Tesla, and Deckers. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad we got out of Deckers last year. That was a good move. That was a good move last year, not gonna lie. That was our losers. Let's go a little further. Here was our winners. How the hell CVS, bro? Like, here's the crazy part. Nothing on here but Brown & Brown do I consider like, yeah, CVS? Hell no. Philip Morris, a cigarette company? Come on. Newmont, because of gold, Newmont is surging. AT&T, bruh. Bruh. VeriSign, bro, what? Insane that CVS is up 50% year to date. Insane. Insane that CVS is up 51%. This is absurd. This probably people stressed out. This probably is blasphemy. This is blasphemous that CVS. This is blasphemous that AT&T is up 24%, bro. This is blasphemous that Philip Morris. People don't even smoke cigarettes like cigarette sales are declining. This is blasphemous that CVS, Philip Morris, and AT&T are the top 5 performance stocks in the S&P, bro. This is preposterous. They smoking on that Trump pack. Niggas is smoking Pall Malls. Niggas is smoking, man, Pall Mall. Bro, this is preposterous, bro. This is like, bro, like, that ain't even much. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Can't no trader tell me that was on their list. Not no CVS. Once you saw it running, you probably got in it. But in the beginning of the year, yeah. Once you saw like, oh, it's up, bro, CVS 51%? Bro, CVS is not okay. Go look at that balance sheet. When last time you walked in CVS and had to wait in line? Tell me.
Bro, it'd be empty and you do the
Tell me
self-checkout.
when the last time you went to CVS and had to wait in line. Tell me. If you do, you lying.
My nigga, God, please heal.
You lying.
My nigga's heart, oh Lord.
How far does you? Niggas is lying. Come on, bro. Philip Morris? Oh, my God. Say, trap because the customer service is fast. Yeah. So somebody said, AB posted a week ago. That's what I'm saying. A week ago. We talking about we 90 days into the new year. 51%. They ain't there 51% in their existence. Anyway, let's go a little further, man. That was the winner, though. We can't. Winner's gonna win. I ain't tripping. All right, man. We got big stakes tomorrow, man. Trump takes the stage tomorrow, man. Blanket tariffs of up to 20%. Here's the three things I said. So blanket tariffs mean everybody can get it. Right? Everybody can get it. Everybody can get it. Right? Everybody can get it. That's what blanket tariffs is. The next is multiple tiers of the race, meaning there's in tiers that they can do it. And last one average as custom rates for each country, saying this country get this country get that, this country get this country get that. I heard somebody that say, hey, he just used it as a negotiation tactic like he did in 2018. But me, Orange Man is a wild card, man. So you can't put nothing past him. It is what it is. But here's what's at stake tomorrow. Now, he did come out and say, hey, we're going to be a little less lenient than we was before. Than we thought about being. He said, he done said some stuff that make people think that he tripping. Some people are optimistic. Some people saying, it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. Let's go with else. Let's see what else we talk about. Then we did have some companies that came in and just like, look, bro, we don't even want to deal with all that. So watch this. They cut tariffs already on cars, chicken, and LNG. Now, first of all, I didn't know that we was getting chicken from Vietnam.
What part of the chicken?
The whole chicken, cuz. That Chipotle chicken, it's coming from Vietnam. Play.
The wings?
Everything. And you in Atlanta, too?
Lemon pepper. Lemon pepper and hookah.
And then India considered, they say, we'll cut tariffs on 55% of U.S. imports, bro. Like, we not even tripping.
That's what natural gas is, LNG?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So people already coming in like, and Mexico came in and said, hey, look at this arrest we made. We made some arrests. Don't trip. We made some arrests. Come on, we made some arrests. We made some arrests. Now, Europe said, whatever y'all want to do, we going to do. Now, I don't like that. Europe said, whatever y'all want to do, we want to do. But this is what they said, though. We open to negotiation. Because here's what I know for real, though. I'm going to just be honest with you. I truly don't think people can survive without the American consumer, bro. I just don't think it, dog.
I'm still mad at the amount of chicken we eat for it to get imported.
Yeah, it's coming from there, bro. Vietnam.
Like, we ain't making enough.
You ain't never made enough chicken.
That's crazy.
That's the thing, bro. Check this out. Here's the thing. So when people be saying like, man, my grandma been beating bacon her whole life because they ain't had that many people in 1910.
Right, and that bacon came right out back.
That was picking from brown up. Once you got to about once you got to 2000, they had to start switching up. We had to, shoot it up. Shoot it up. It got to grow faster. It grew faster because our appetite has grown. You feel me? So they got to produce fast. So now they got to put GMOs and stuff. Why? Because we running amok. Yeah, you eat that chicken. Keep eating that chicken.
That Vietnam chicken. That's crazy. Eating Vietnam chicken at a Chinese at a Chinese
I wish y'all could
spot
see Jose
is
right
crazy.
now. Bruh is upset right
Now I'm just thinking eating Vietnam chicken at a Chinese restaurant is crazy.
I wish y'all could see Jose right now. Bruh is upset that chicken came from Vietnam.
Right.
He ain't mad at the imports. He ain't mad at the cars. He ain't mad at the gas.
I just sat in it for a minute, too.
Bruh, like that chicken. That's why I got it. When they said that, I said, I got to use this one. Thinking like, man, yo, my chicken come from Vietnam. Facts. Nasty.
Still with the hair.
The same people you went to war with in the 60s, you gonna get chicken from them now. Bet. They getting their lick back.
They said not the BBL chicken. It's crazy.
They getting their lick back. They getting their lick back. They getting their lick back. Bruh, I wish y'all could see Jose. Bruh is like disappointed, disgusted, and distraught all at once. He like this, look.
Bro, they pick chickens though. Like they say, they say fish, salmon, tilapia, tuna, burgers. Like they said, chicken. Bro, chicken? Chicken though.
Hey, bro.
Dog, if somebody had a gun to your head and say, yo, where your chicken coming from?
Vietnam.
And you be like, you get shot. You be wrong. Vietnam is crazy.
Vietnam, cuz. People getting their lick back. People getting their lick back. You can't come over here and go to Walmart and then want to get chicken from us. Lost your damn mind. I'm about to serve this chicken for the next 80. Bet. Gotcha. And you wonder why you got the gout. That Vietnam chicken whooping your ass, cuz.
Bruh.
That's crazy. That's why people got high blood pressure and everything. Where that chicken come from? Vietnam. Damn, dog. Bro, I wish y'all could see my dog. He sitting like this. That chicken caught my dog off guard. Damn, cuz. All right. So I got a thing I want to put in the chat tomorrow. I got a thing I want to put in the chat, Jose. Let's put this poll in the chat. What do you think the market will do after Trump gets off stage? Now, mind you this. He get on the market at close. That means the market got to go through all day tomorrow and then sit on it tomorrow night. So what do you think Thursday going to be like, up or down, Jose?
I'm gonna still go optimistic. I think it's gonna go. He's gonna say something that's gonna be wild, and I think it's just gonna. Yeah.
I think we going up. I think we going up, bruh. I think we going up. I also heard that dude. Never mind. Let's go a little further.
You've been on the never mind crazy today.
Yeah, certain stuff don't even be worth it, bro. All right, so watch this. Visa is paying big bank, take little bank, Jose. Visa offered Apple $100 million to take over the Apple Card. Yep. So what they're gonna do is So Goldman Sachs gave it up. Goldman Sachs said, I don't want to deal with people. That's who initially had the car. Goldman Sachs said, this don't even make me enough money to be dealing with this. It ain't enough headache and it ain't enough money. So they're going to take it away from MasterCard. But MasterCard like, yo, we going to fight. But also you got JP Morgan, because they got a franchise, another banking franchise, they with their card, and you got American Express, all wanting to be a part of that Apple network with that 1.5 billion users. My question is...
That's on easy.
What?
Just having that card right there.
What card?
The Apple joint.
You got it?
On your phone? Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing on your phone?
Yeah.
I got that. Apple Pay?
No. Apple Pay is like the cash app for Apple.
Oh.
But the card is right there. It's like, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then they quick to get you because they be like, well, you spent this much last week. This how much you made also as far as like cash back earnings and stuff like that. So it be getting you hype. They be on it.
I've never used it. So that's going to be interesting to see. That 1.5 billion users, that's a hell of a... Do you think Visa will win it? Because I remember out of everybody, Visa got the biggest network. Visa and Apple connection?
%53% think it's gonna fall to hell after.
Fall to hell?
Yeah, fall to hell after he speak tomorrow. 53%. Oh, we about half and half almost.
So I need to see in the chat, why do they think it's gonna fall? Why do they think it's gonna fall to hell? Yeah, that's a trauma response. Damn, let's go a little further, man.
Yeah, it's weirdly, I don't even know if you know this, Mark, but we gained more followers than anyone last year on Facebook. So that's a little fun fact.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're doing great on all the platforms. Turns out you know what you're doing. You know, it's good. I think if you got into MMA content, it would be even better.
Oh, yeah. We'll do a video, me versus Zuck, MMA, but his arms are tied behind his back. And he's not allowed to kick me because that sounds like it would hurt like hell.
I don't know, Jim. I think you should just go for it.
I mean, I'm curious, how is your short-form video monetization on Facebook going?
It's actually pretty good. Weirdly, it's like over 2 times higher than every other platform. So I don't know what you guys are doing, but...
well, that's the arbitrage I was talking about. There just is this big arbitrage opportunity of being able to come reach the billions of people who are on Facebook and monetize generally better than almost all other social platforms out there.
So we bring that up because we figured this out. So Facebook is launching a $14 tier, right? It's a $14 tier for ad-free in Instagram in Europe, letting users opt out of ads. This move is about GDPR compliance. A stricter privacy laws require Meta to get clear user content before using the personal data for ads. Instead of just asking, they're giving users a choice, pay up or see ads. Even with this shift, Meta remains a $1.2 trillion giant with 3.19 billion users across Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. Facebook alone has over 2 billion daily users, making any chance to its ad model a major shift. This could be just the beginning, and enough users choose to pay, Meta might expand the op globally. So they're starting in Europe, but check this out. This dude is cold-blooded, dog. Because guess what? You gonna choose, even if, bro, check it out, at $14 a month, with 3-point-something billion users, 1 million people say, I don't want to see ads. Guess what that is, bro? That's free money. Okay, let me give you a business lesson right quick. All my entrepreneurs, I want you to hear me right quick. I want you to hear me well. I want you to hear me well. It's a good business. One of the things I love about the market too is it allows me to look at business model. The hardest thing about studying business model is getting your back office and getting all your people on. Like that's gonna be the hard. Like coming up with business models is gonna be, if you love business, it's getting everybody on the same accord and getting your back office right and making sure you pay Uncle Sam right. But why is it? Here's a lesson for you, everybody that's in business. You gotta find a way to get free money out your business. Okay, what do I mean by free money? You gotta find a way to have an option to make your users, your clientele, be willing to pay for something extra that doesn't cost you more. But it has to be premium value. Okay, you gotta find a way to get free money out your business. Here's why. I'm gonna run the ad to you, or I'm not gonna run the ad to you. Guess what? People paying him to run ads, regardless. But I can get an extra $14 from a couple million people. That's free money he wasn't gonna make anyway, and that goes straight to the bottom line. Some people don't like their content interrupted, right? So because you don't like it interrupted, guess what you're gonna do? Ain't number $14. Some people just that into content and being on, they don't want their stuff interrupted. Bro, he has 3.1 million people. 3.1 billion people.
I was about to say, with a B.
Yeah, billion, with a B. Think about this then. If only, and he just played a numbers game. If 5% of that 3 billion pay the $14.99, free money. If 10% of them people pay the $14.99, free money. So now, when I do my earnings call, I got an extra couple million, $100 million that I done added to the bottom line, and I ain't had to do nothing different but say, hey, don't run that ad right there.
Yep. Give an offering.
To make $1 billion a month, he would need 74 million people. 71.4 million people. $1 billion a month. We in the wrong game, y'all. And guess what? Here's the dope part about it. He owned 13% of Meta stock. So here's the dope part about that. Not only do he own the Meta stock, but now that Meta pays dividends, he also now gets dividends every quarter from the company he owned.
But see, man, like me, man, I love the game. I love the hustle, man. I be feeling like one of them ball players.
Benton was just saying over almost 50% of the world is on his platforms.
No, for sure. So we've been said that.
It's crazy.
We've been said that. He got almost 50% of the world on his platform, bro. They like 40-something%. There's 8 billion people in the world. He had 3.91, bro. He 40-something%. Why is this, bro?
It's another story in there too in regards to the ads not even being seen. So you're kind of reducing competition. You're really just doing a takeover game. Because I think about it like on multiple YouTube pages that I got. One of them I got premium. You was even on the plane like, yo, how you watching that? So I got the premium joint under this one. I don't see no ads or what have you. But on the other ones, I see it's like, oh, this is what I'm missing. I would have never been aware of that. And so I'm just thinking about it in that space also. You removing awareness and you making this false a nice little.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So they made a big shift around 2000, maybe 12, 13, 14. Matter of fact, no, around about 2019, 18, 19. They made that shift to ads. No, maybe 2015. Something like that. They made a shift to ads. Once they made that shift, because at first they were struggling trying to monetize. Once them and Google, once they pivoted to that, game changer. Because they didn't know how to monetize them at first, the platform. And Google wasn't, bro, once they switched to that, bro, once it became a digital ad company, it was all about acquiring customers. How do we keep you on the app longer? That's why certain content goes certain content.
Ads going up. It will have to. Your ad spend will have to go up. Something so simple yet so genius.
But that's the thing about business. Entrepreneurship, bro, is, I think, I'm gonna say this, and I say it, bro, like if you get your team, your back office right, the right people supposed to help you create product. But the business model is already there. You just gotta be able to amplify it. Because watch this. All he did was the same thing that Apple did him. Do you want to see this ad or not? Yes or no? Apple blocked a lot of his money. That's why the stock went down in 2022. Do you want to see this ad? Once they came out with that, do you want this person to track you? Do you want this system to track you? No. So all he did was say, hey, guess what? I'm going to just take it out. $14, do you want to see ads or not? Nope, I don't want to see ads. Guess what? Done deal. All right, let's go a little further, man. Shout out to Mark, man. Damn. This dude here, another one, taking over the game. Now, we talked about this early on last year, Christmas. Stock was $600 and something. When they had the Beyonce concert with the football game before and after the Beyonce concert, I said, hey, Netflix going back to Iraq. So I said, this was it. They proved to the world they can do it. It was right after the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson thing. So Netflix says today that it's Christmas, not Netflix, the NFL said that its Christmas game had way more viewership than they thought. It did way better than what they thought. So they give Netflix the 2 games and Amazon getting the 1 game. So the NFL is now putting 3 games on for Christmas. 2 going to Netflix, 1 going to Amazon. How does Amazon get in? Well, Amazon already had the Thursday night game. They already did the Thursday night deal. So Christmas on a Thursday. So now the NFL got 3 games on Christmas. At one time, that was who? That was basketball day. I think that Netflix now, I think the NFL now takes some stuff from basketball. Because now you don't have that audience by yourself no more. Christmas usually have what? 2 basketball games? Or 3. It's 2 or 3 basketball games. So now you the only sport on TV. Well, we usually get that 2 games earlier, but now they not even on the big screen like that. They not even on that. Like they on Netflix now. So you usually get like 2 games for Christmas too, right? Done. Netflix about to get both of the games. And I'm saying this, why this is a big deal is because now you don't have that regular TV thing. Like you don't have the CBS and the Fox. You don't have that no more. It's all on Netflix now. And then you're getting the one on Amazon. You are watching the TV industry die right in front of us. Mark my word. Watch what I'm about to say right here, Jose. This is going to be a big word. Big, big word. Within the next 5 to 10 years, I'm putting a time frame on it. I'm not just putting it out there. Within the next 5 to 10 years, we will see the Super Bowl on Netflix or Amazon. And once that happens, now you're talking about the finals, you're talking about Major League Baseball, and here's why. Those channels aren't loyal to, those games aren't loyal to channels, they're going where viewership is.
I'm about to say, I would have said earlier if it wasn't for whatever contracts they got in place.
But the Amazon deal, they say screw the contract. Yeah, the one they did with the one they did at first, they said, man, with the NBA, they said, man, we mark that contract, we'll pay for that.
Mm.
Remember, we did a show on that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
They took the penalty. Why? There's more viewers on Amazon. These people, it's about viewership, eyeballs. It's about eyeballs. So they're not loyal to ABC, they're not loyal to CBS, they're not loyal to TNT. Hey, where the eyeballs at? How many eyeballs you got? Guess what? And guess what? Don't sleep on YouTube, because YouTube actually has more watch time than Netflix. YouTube actually got more watch time than Netflix. And I watch a lot of stuff I watch CNBC on YouTube TV. So we literally are watching the depth of regular TV. Get you some Netflix, man. Stop playing. Let's go a little further. And they're not stopping there. Because guess what? We talked about this last week. They pushing content. They're pushing content. The company's content spend is only ramping up. Netflix plans to invest $18 billion in content this year, an 11% jump from 2024. That was at $16 billion. Nobody is even spending as much money as them to produce content. With a market cap of $385 billion, Netflix remains one of the world's most valuable companies, and it is the #1 streaming company by a landslide. And they secured a $500 million a year deal with WWE. So now wrestling gonna be on Netflix. I want y'all to think about something. Watch this, Jose. 2022, Netflix was $200. I said, get you some Netflix, get you some Meta, get you some Amazon, like $200. It was an $800 stock before it fell. It was an $800 stock before it fell. And everybody said, they said Meta was over. They said Netflix was over. I said, there's no way. Who gonna beat them? Disney? Not Peacock. The closest competitor is Amazon Prime and YouTube, and Amazon just do that to have fun. So you're saying YouTube. All right, I ain't mad at that, but I don't think YouTube doesn't really want to produce content. YouTube got an even doper business model. Their business model is, you produce the content, I own it, and I'm gonna give you some bread for it because I'm gonna run ads on it. YouTube probably got the dopest business model of them all. They don't even gotta produce the content. You produce the content. You put it on my platform. I don't gotta pay for it. I said that to say, When great stocks go on sale, you're supposed to run for the border to go get them. The same way when Black Friday come, and you run to go find where you gonna go shop at, you keep buying the same TV every year. You keep buying that mattress, you keep buying that microwave, you keep buying all the electronics that you don't need. I'm gonna tell you something. I done took some punches in the face on my options contract, 100%. But my buy and hold, my daughter buy and hold in our primary account, man. There's no way you're not buying NVIDIA when they go to 103. You talking about I'm gonna wait till it go lower. Buy that 103, and if it go lower, you buy it again. What we doing? What you doing? You missed Palantir. You missed it in the early days. It ran all the way up to 120 something and dropped back to $77. You talking about I'm gonna wait till it go lower. What are you doing? The companies aren't bad. The company's still putting up great numbers. We just in a rough economy right now. A rough market right now. Great stock go on sale, you buy it. And you don't hesitate. Because now a $200 stock, a $200-something stock in 2022, it actually hit $1,000 at the beginning, before the year ended, beginning of the year is a $1,000 stock. That's a hell of a return on your money. But no, you keep saying, I'm gonna let it go lower. I'm gonna let it go lower. I'm gonna let it go lower. And then you like, damn, I missed out on it. And now you looking for another thing to run up. You asking me about Crowdware and Newsmax. Damn, Trap, what you think about them IPOs? Nothing. I like to watch them. I don't like to invest in them. I don't think nothing about them. If I couldn't get it in a seed round when it wasn't an IPO, I'm all right. Let's go a little further, man. That's it? That ain't it.
Well,
I want to see the drill baby drill video.
You got the drill baby drill?
Yeah,
Okay.
don't do that.
Okay.
Let me see my
President Trump says he has a plan to make gas more affordable.
It's called Drill Baby Drill.
There's no question that the United States needs more energy.
The mandate for the Trump administration domestically is to lower gas prices.
In the first month of his second term, the president announced several executive orders to support this goal. The directives seek to increase the supply of oil, speed up permitting for new projects, pause green investments made during the Biden administration, develop major projects in Alaska, and loosen up regulations for the U.S. oil and gas industry.
We're going to have to be able to build new things, to build big things, and we can't do that because the permitting process is so fundamentally broken.
But the prices Americans pay aren't set by politicians, they're set by markets.
Wall Street really doesn't want the oil industry to be pumping more oil.
If you look at the U.S. shale industry, they need prices more towards $70.
U.S. shale very clearly is in its twilight. By that, I mean the best days are behind us.
The U.S. is already producing more crude oil than any other nation in history. Does it need more?
Of course it does. Of course it does. Remember, I want y'all to think about something, right? We had what that was on the show that time we talked about when we showed it that 6,000 to 7,000 products on a daily basis are created with oil. That was a couple shows ago, right? So we have a large oil reserve, but at the same time, I want you to ask yourself, you got to understand something. How much? 134, we talked about that, right? So the oil industry is a hell of an industry, y'all, right? And I want you to just pay attention to it. And bro be saying some wild stuff out his mouth, but you can't take what he say lightly. You can't take what he say lightly. Jose, I just bought a book too the other day, man. The Rise and Reign of Vladimir Putin. Came in yesterday. Because I didn't realize I had a debate with somebody. I told them that Africa is the biggest country. They said Russia. I said, you tripping. Russia is ginormous. Now, this is what I did know. Bruh owned all the assets in that country. You know that? He owned all the assets in that country. Own. He was in the Russian, I think it's called KBG or something like that. That's the version of CIA. Here. They recruited him to be the ruler. So this made me think about something. Not gonna lie. I said, dude, really a mastermind. I don't think Donald Trump can negotiate with that guy. It's a difference between being a businessman and being military, high intelligence trained to negotiate and play them kind of games. I didn't realize that. I was scamming. And this is me just scheming through the book. After do the rise. I'm not telling anybody to read it, but I'll read stuff like that, right? But the rise and reign of Vladimir Putin, bro. And I just skimmed through it a little bit. I was like, oh, bro, a real he got head on his shoulders. He trained in the negotiation and all that, bro. You can't be in no CIA of no country and don't know what you're doing. But I didn't know Russia was, I'm just being real with you. I thought Africa was the biggest country. Russia is huge. Continent. I didn't know it was that. There you go. Y'all went over there, cuz? No, Russia. People don't go to Russia, huh? Like Moscow? Yeah. It's cold over there. A lot. I ain't going no damn Russia. Anyway. Here you go, man. It's a good show. Yeah, man. Great show, man. Y'all know what I meant, man. God damn, bro. God damn. Holding on to the little bitty stuff, bro. Like, I got GED, man. Shit, I just know I make money. I find out new stuff, I be fascinated. I did. I didn't know it was that big, bro. I'll be honest with you. I mean, but, you know, I'm not a genius like everybody else, bro. So, but I didn't know that, yeah, I'm not a genius like everybody else. So I was fascinated to know that Russia was bigger than Africa. You knew that, Bernard? I'm pretty sure you knew already. You fucking brainiac.
I was about to say, hold on.
Russia is bigger than, I see, that's a stat. Russia is bigger than Pluto. Now, who the hell would have knew that?
They say Russia's area is 17.9 million square miles, while Africa is 30 million. And they put it inside the jump.
They put what?
Russia inside of Africa.
I don't know, bro. I might got to do some numbers on that.
Almost double the size.
I thought Africa was the biggest.
No, that's what I'm saying. Africa is bigger.
Yeah, the continent.
Like nearly the size
Yeah.
of Africa.
Yeah.
So
They say it's bigger than Pluto? Russia bigger than Pluto? How big is
sound
Pluto?
like high talk right here. Are you serious, bro? He like,
man, where you figure out of that, Bernard? That ain't something you just Google either.
It's a moon. It's not a planet.
Oh, Lord, he said it's a moon.
That nigga George went to the smart school.
This don't sound like y'all been smoking. Like, bro,
I don't know, but that's what the thing said. The thing said it was big. I don't know. It's just amazing. That's what made me buy the damn book. If I'm wrong.
George, cause
somebody tell me something. Like when
man.
I say something, like I'm like, bro, it ain't bigger. He like, nah, bro, it's bigger than that. I go buy the book. Let me go see. I went and bought the goddamn book. I need to see. And then so that's when I found out, like, damn, bro, own all the assets over there. Now that was how you own all the assets. That ain't illegal. Anyway, man, we had a good show tonight, man. Shit, I don't got nothing to close with, was it?
We close with the high talk.
I don't got nothing to close with, though. I had a good conversation, huh? Anyway, man, look, man, we love y'all, man. We glad y'all join in every week. You know, we like to have fun. We like to laugh. Every time I learn something that blew my mind, I won't say it, yeah? Anyway, the book can be purposely wrong. You're right. I never thought about that. Anyway, check it, man. What am I trying to say here? I'm stuck.
Are you hot? With this?
I don't know. I got stuck for a second. I don't know what the hell happened. Okay, tomorrow, 4 o'clock. What we on? The Wall Street Trapper page. We're gonna do the Trump talk tomorrow. We're gonna check that out. Hopefully he don't drop the atomic bomb on nobody, you hear me? And then George got some merch. We need to get that. Make sure y'all download every episode, automatic download. That's gonna be good. That could take Jose mind off of the chicken, you hear me?
Right, and we about to hit 3 million downloads.
About to hit 3 million downloads?
We about to hit 3 million downloads.
Come on, man, that mean y'all download. We about to hit 3 million downloads, for sure. What else we got? Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Other than that, man, I'm going. I gotta go talk to my people in the Patreon, man. I love y'all, man. Shout out to Trappers Anonymous. I can't forget my people in Trappers Anonymous, man. Gotta give my people some love. We had a great call. Shout out to Trappers Anonymous, man. Other than that, man, next week, man, same time, same place. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You know, without y'all, man, I ain't nothing, man. Let's go. Jose, don't eat the chicken, dog.